Obedient for, I'm obedient. These are hoping for president, obedient. For Naija, obedient. Obedient for, I'm obedient. Obedient. These are hoping for president.
Yes, my people, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all. How are you guys doing today? We are finally back again today. Thank you. So what's up? Let me look at the comment section. All right. Thank you very much, my people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all. I guess everybody can hear me. Please just say yes if you can hear me, so we can move on. I appreciate every one of you. Please help us to share this broadcast and like this broadcast. In fact, there are more revelation on this particular broadcast today. We're going to be revealing more things to you today. Yes, one of the things that is very, very vital, especially for those that are still sitting on the fence. This is very, very important. Use the link right there on the comment section. Join us right here. Let's talk about the things that's affecting you and I, my people. Appreciate every one of you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you right there. Yes. We are back again. Today is 9th Monday, January 2023. Let's do this together, my people.
Mr. Elvis.
Yes, my brother.
As they sweet us, you go they pain them. As they pain them, you go they sweet us. I like the topic for today, especially that Atiku Gates part 1. God bless you.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you. Good evening to you. Thanks for joining me. All right, my people, I appreciate you all. It's going to be a wonderful topic today. You heard from my brother right there. So let's do this together. You can see mother of all, Mommy the Aspera. Good evening to you, Mommy. Thanks very much for joining us. And I appreciate you, Bella Naomi. Thank you very much, madam. Good evening to you. We appreciate you always. Mike Akiambare, we appreciate you. Thanks for joining us. Good evening to you. Kasi June Obaseki Doris Audion. Good evening to you. I appreciate every one of you. Please help us to share this broadcast and let's do this together. Shola David, my brother, good evening to you. Ume Basi, thanks very much for joining us. Godson Center, I appreciate you all. Good evening to every one of you. Please endeavor to join us. Let's do this. Share. You need to share so that we can hit more visibility right now. Saibovo Konga is right there with us. Tony South. Good evening, my good people. I appreciate every one of you. Rahim Ibrahim. Thanks very much for joining us. Good evening to you. Odion Egiato. I see you right there. Lucky them. I see you. Good evening, my people. I'm going to acknowledge orders later on. Let's just quickly move on because we have a couple of videos to showcase today. So it's better I start early. Yes, my dear sister, I can see you right there. Patricia Enofe, thanks very much for joining us. Now God bless you, my people. Josephine, Sarah, I see you right there. Thank you very much for joining us. Good evening to you all. I beg, so now you're the join us. Make on help us the share. Let others know what we're doing here, why we are here, and what we are fighting for. Yes. Remember, we made the promise since March that we're going to be here 7 days a week. Remember, if you have been following us since that March ending stroke, let's say April till now, if you've been following us, you can remember that we've not missed a day not being on air. It's not easy. The only time you will know that is it's not easy for somebody to come out 7 days a week. Now, after the election, and then you can say, yes, Nigeria was not re-strategized, everything rearranged, everything, because it's not easy for somebody to be on air every day. It's not easy, trust me. But I'm doing this as a sacrifice for my own country. I want a better country. I'm a patriotic Nigerian. So because I'm a patriotic Nigerian, I'm doing my own part. This is why I ask many of you out there, what are you doing to change the narrative? So many of you joining me here on the panel, on the comment section, my spectators and all, equally, we all are doing our part. I want to say thank you. Now God will bless you. Now, is there one go? I can see you right there. Lock it there once again. Now God will bless you. Now, thank you very much, my people. I would like us to quickly move on. I'm going to be starting with this video. At least this video can pull more people together to join us quickly. By Prophet Isa El Buba. Prophet Issa Eboba exposed Tinubu, Ganduje, and even Atiku, many of them. So I would like us to listen to him before we start opening more important topic today. Let's quickly take on this one that you're seeing right there on the screen. Please just help us to share the broadcast and like, and God bless you all. Thank you.
This country, and I'm going to address those issues because this may be the last national broadcast I'm going to make to the nation before the election 2023. And of course, on Tuesday, I'm going to be granting the national press, and I'm going to be discussing on the national affairs now that the Lord has granted me the privilege to be done with my marathon fast. But I want to say that whoever is planning and plotting wickedness for this country, whatever pit they are digging, they will be the ones that will fall inside. In the next few days ahead of us, God has given us an opportunity as a people to decide whether we will make history or we will mar history, whether we're going to make the new Nigeria or not. The dream for the new Nigeria is before us. You either choose life or choose death, peace or chaos, positive change or negative change. And I want to bless God for the life of all the obedient movement all over the country, for the high spirit. Let me hear the obedience shout. Now I want to say to you, all of you, the millions of obedience, you either fan the flames and keep the fire burning by conquering the evil, or you allow these evil ones to quench your dreams and destroy your lives and your destiny. You started well last year, that all over the country you were sponsoring yourselves and you were leading the rallies, one rally after the other. And we must push through. We must not slow down. We must finish well. We must sing the real song of a new Nigeria. A new Nigeria is coming in the month of February. It's time. It's time to wake up our spirit as the obedient people. Wake up the true spirit of the Nigerian person. I read an article, and I would like to read this article. Some people said to me that, Prophet Buba, why are you still talking? I am still talking until it's over. I will not keep silent. Some people said the last time you were talking, you said curse on anyone that votes any wicked person. I will say it again. Anybody that will join hand to bring darkness over Nigeria, God curse those people. I'm not the one only speaking. Go and check the way God said. Any hand join in hand to do wickedness, God said it shall not be well with the wicked. This man is from the north, a professor, Professor Yusuf Osol. They sent me this article a few days ago, but I would like to read it. He said PDP did not give Atiku ticket. Atiku bought it with money. Even the Southerners could not resist his dollar. And that is the capacity the party needed. His choice of candidate was based on whom he can control or manipulate. He knew that he would not be able to control Wike. But Bola Ahmed Tinubu bought his ticket with money and threat. There was need to keep to agreement, else the cat would be let loose. And his choice of candidate was based on who is ruthless enough to champion the northern Muslim votes. The supporters of the above two are the long-term structures that have kept us in the dark while the world is making progress. And they want the evil to continue. They use their structure to collapse the national structure. And they are boasting about those structure even to our faces. That's what this professor said. Obi picked Labour Party ticket based on his integrity, financial prudence, and outstanding leadership prowess. And he went for Dati, who possessed similar qualities. He needed someone who will look into his eyes and say no, because he acknowledged that he doesn't know it all. He believed in teamwork. His supporters are the people without structure, the downtrodden, the poor masses, the beggars, the laborers, those that are caused to labor till death, those that the structure are trampling upon. Peter Obi is not standing for himself. He's standing for the masses. He is not the one contesting. The masses are contesting through him. He is not standing for any specific tribe. He's not standing for any specific religion. He is standing for all tribes and all religion. He is the hope of the common man. With Peter Obi, Nigeria will be great again. Now that was a letter written by a professor from the north. That's why in one of my national broadcasts, I stated it again and again, that this year God has brought us into, we don't need to hear prophecy. Who is God saying? We are children of God. What is God's mind? What is the mind of God? The mind of God is for justice. The mind of God is for righteousness. The mind of God is to free the oppressed. So among these three, who will free the oppressed? Who will fight for justice? Who will fight for justice? Who will defend your cause? Isn't it so amazing? You will hear, but let me read in English, but you will hear it in Hausa, that a sitting governor in Nigeria, Governor Ganduje of Kano, could boldly gather Islamic clerics and say that one tapiya nan yaki ne na jihadi. Look at what he said. Ganduje said, history will not repeat itself, and there will be no annulment this time around, referring to the Muslim ticket of Abiola. He gathered all sheikhs and Islamic clerics in Kano a few days ago. Listen to the person who convened that meeting, Dr. Abdul Mudabir Muhammad, the convener of the meeting. This is what he said. The purpose of this meeting: the participants are Muslims and Islamic clerics. We gathered Muslims from all persuasion to enlighten them on ensuring that the Muslim ticket succeeds. We invited over 75 Islamic groups from several states, including Yoruba and Igbo Muslims. We told the Islamic clerics, the participants, that the issue is not about building infrastructure for the nation, but the major issue is who will promote Islam. We told the participants that a Muslim, wherever he is better than a Kafiri or a non-Muslim. And if you bring two Muslims together, referring to Muslim ticket of Tinubu and Shetima, they will give you the victory that one Muslim will not be able to give you. This is the reason why we are enlightening people to understand that the main objective is that Muslim ticket is a jihad to us. Sheikh Abdullah Saleh, Pakistan, the leader of the Izala in Kano State, this is what he said. We trace the history of how the candidate, referring to Tinubu, has always desired for, as well as work for, a Muslim ticket. He ensured Muslim ticket between Ribadu and a Yoruba Muslim. He also heavily supported the Abiola Kingibe Muslim ticket. Now, I will give you a few minutes. Listen to the video in Hausa by yourself.
Addinin musulunci shi a arewa maso yamma ya bayyana makasudin shirya taron
wanda manufar mu shine mu musulmai ne kuma mu masu wa'azi ne shi zaka tara malamai na kungiyoyi daban-daban da kuma malaman tsangaya da malaman zauri da malaman da suke mun bari domin wayar da kan mutane da kake ga wannan aiki da muka saka bana tabbatar da zaɓen musulmi da musulmi abin da ake ce musulmi ticket kungiyoyi da mu gari ta na addini sun kai kusan kungiya 75.
To an tattauna da na farko akan tarihin yadda shi wannan dan takara ya dade yana da wannan yunwa ta maganar muslim ticket.
Any of them that feels Muslim, that is the one I should campaign for. Not because of anybody. I'm not after anything. What?
The question I would like to ask all of us. I don't know any other time in the history of man where religion has ever conquered the kingdom of God. Now, let me speak to all right-thinking Muslims and right-thinking Christians. We will not allow religious bigots to decide the future of Nigeria again. Whether you're a Muslim, whether you're a Christian, Nigeria is our country. In the next few days, sincere Nigerians, patriotic Nigerians, we must prove to these religious bigots that there is no time in history where the plan of men has always overshadowed God of justice. This second Islamic scholar said, it's not a matter of justice. If it is not the matter of justice, you're not on the side of God. Yes, sir. I am speaking on behalf of thousands of Muslims that are following me and millions of Nigerians that are following me, that the year 2023, this year, we will push the wrong people out of power. We must defend the labor of our hero past. The question I would like to ask this northern illiterate, educated illiterates. The president of Nigeria is the minister of petroleum.
Wow. How many people do we have that is this bold to say it how it is? Jesus, trust me, on this mission, on this particular mission that we all engaged ourselves on, listen, everybody that is openly coming out to speak the truth, I mean openly, showing your face, showing everything about you, deserve to be applauded. I'm not saying every other people are not doing their best. Everybody is trying. But those that put their face, their lives out there, deserve to be encouraged and applauded. Because this is, I don't know. You see what El Buba is saying. And they live in the north, right? If I'm not mistaken. You know what this could result to. Let's just finish this, because I don't want us to start talking about it right now.
Yet under Buhari, Nigeria is losing every penny. They cannot account for one kobo. The poorest capital in the world is northern Nigeria. Illiterate, insecurity, northern Nigeria.
And they are still the one embracing religionism. You know, now my question before we finish this, so that everybody that will talk on this particular issue today, you'll be preparing your answer to my question. My question is, where is Pastor or Prophet Adeboye? Where is the other one? What's the name? I don't know their names. You know, two of them. Can somebody help me? The second, the most.
Oyedepo.
Oyedepo, God bless you. Where is Oyedepo?
Kumuyi Oyedepo. Pastor Chris Oyakilome.
Exactly. Where are these people?
Igala. I be the other one they call Igala. I don't know.
I don't understand. Their followers are still there defending them stupidly. Let's move on.
Boko Haram, northern Nigeria. ISWAP, northern Nigeria. But yet they are the ones in control of power. It's not about religion. They have deceived us with religion for too long. Muyengarewane, Muslimane, Mufa, Christiane. No, this time we are going to bring the right people. And that's why I commend the boldness and the courage of this state man. He doesn't need to do it. He doesn't have anything to lose or to gain. The former President Olusegun Obasanjo. I commend him. I bow my heart. He's doing it for you. He's doing it for your future. He can keep quiet like any other. I can keep quiet like any other preacher. Exactly. I am not doing it because I need anything. But time is up that the suffering of Nigerians must come to an end. So I challenge every one of you to refuse any monetary inducement, material inducement. This is the time that everybody will need to use their resources to take over the polling units. Now there are over 100,000 polling agents right now that have registered on that link. You can see a link. Check it. If your polling unit has not fallen there, make sure that you send your passport, your ID card, your information. In the next few days, we will prove to these men that we Nigerians, we are tired of where we are. Wow. And God has brought us into the year for us to enter into the new Nigeria. Don't be intimidated. They will intimidate you from market to market, street, street. You will hear the drums of war, but lean and relax in the arms of the Most High God. There is a message that you will receive in Hausa, and the last video that will be played out. Spread this message to every patriotic Nigerian and every citizen of this country that believes in the new Nigeria. We have less than 4 to 5 weeks to get into the election.
Yes.
With this voters card, we will check them out. And we will bring in I and my family and all my followers. And if all of you are here following me, we will vote for Peter Obi and Daddy Yusuf Ahmed. Stand on your feet and shout, yes! Move to 3 people and said, well done, the new Nigeria.
Wow. To be honest, I feel some good buns. Good buns all over me. Jesus, I can't believe this because you know why I'm surprised? I'm surprised. I don't supposed to be surprised, but I'm surprised because Nigeria is a religion country, a country where many other big pastors, at this particular time, we have about 4 or 5 weeks to go. Many other pastors, many other big pastors are still silent. They are silent. I heard the other day Adeboye saying that God have not spoken to him yet. Which God this man is waiting for at this particular time to speak with him? Listen, guys. I'm not here to dispute religion. No, and I can never. But also remember, with the continuous practices of religionism that you and I have been practicing since God knows when, have never changed the country. This is the time to face the reality. You heard Buba saying that if we have to talk about the most poorest people in Nigeria, it's still the Northerners. The most uneducated people in Nigeria is still the Northerners. And more. And the same Northerners are still the ones saying, no, religion, embracing religion here and there. I thought I should bring this here because it's currently circulating. It was done, I think it was 2 days ago. Yes, I don't want my channel to be left out, not to talk about it. That's why I brought it here. And apart from that, this is a kind of the positivism story or news that I want to be engaged or known for. That is what my channel stands for. We stand for how Nigeria can become a better country. And I want my name to be mentioned by the special grace of God when we finally regain back our country. Every one of you here, directly or indirectly, that is supporting Nigeria to become a better place, a new Nigeria, your name will be written in the gold. Every one of you. As long as you know within your heart that what you are doing, you are not doing it for selfish interest. You are not doing it for you to be recognized, to receive some kind of payment or that. If you are doing it genuinely, because you want Nigeria to become a better country genuinely, there's no way God will not bless you. Even though they end up killing this man tomorrow, this man have written his name in gold. It will forever be remembered by good Nigerians for standing for what is right. We are about to expose Tinubu and Atiku again on this particular broadcast. For you to know that there is no single reason for you to support these people. We are saying this every day. Please share this broadcast. Share the broadcast and let's move on. I appreciate every one of you for joining us. I can see more people right there just joining us right now. God bless you all. The screen is almost filled up. Thank you, my good people, for joining us here. Johnny South, I can see right there. Thanks for joining us. God sent once again. Alex Sarodion, 2NG. Good evening to every one of you. Thank you. Mr. Johnson Emmanuel, Fairwall, I see you there. Patty Solomon, I see you right there. Thank you very much for joining us. God bless you all. Harry Thomas, I can see you. Thank you. I appreciate you all. Please help us to share as we start with the main topic of today. Victory all the way. I see you right there. Thank you very much for joining us. God bless you. Please just begin sharing. Kelvin, hi, bang there. Thank you very much for joining us. Good evening to you. Foha, I see you right there. Thanks for joining us. Thank you very much, my people. I bet make una help us share this broadcast. Share. And God will bless you now. Let's move on quickly. Right. That is the first video for today. We are going to move on now to the second video about Tinubu again. The Edo State train attack. That is going to be for the second segment for today. But before that, let's quickly take reactions on this particular video we played from the prophets. Let's start from here. This is a victory speech for Peter Obi, Labour Party, and Nigerians. One of the most powerful speeches regarding this election. Wow. God bless you. But those evil politicians will fall woefully. They will fail woefully and shamefully. 2023 presidential election will be a make or break. God will help us to install Obi in Aso Rock. Thank God for this. No going back. Victory for Peter Obi. While we have the second one here from Michael. Thanks a lot for these expositions. The word of God says in Isaiah 8, 9, and 10, King James Version, as follows. Associate yourself, O ye people, and ye shall be broken in pieces. And give ear, all ye of far countries. guide yourselves, and you, hold on, and you shall be broken in pieces. Guide yourselves, and ye shall be broken in pieces. 10. Take counsel together, and it shall come to naught. Speak the word, and it shall not stand. For God is with us. All the counsel of hell against Nigeria and Christianity shall not stand. For God himself has risen to make a name for himself in Nigeria. Thanks again for your efforts. Okay, we have the second to the last here on this particular video. Pastor Buba, God bless you for your boldness, fearless, and truth. Please gather prayer warriors to be interceding for Peter Obi and dismantled every enemy plan and evil agenda for Nigeria. The last one on that particular video from Veronica Con. You are a genuine man of God, God Almighty, and his Holy Spirit in your heart. More anointing, fresh anointing upon you in Jesus' name. Sir, may by God's grace and the power in blood of Jesus, the old criminals, looters, thieves, greedy, and selfish evil leaders who have ruined and destroyed Nigeria will be retired. Evil leaders, evil politicians who turned Nigeria to hell on earth and most poverty nation in the world will die by thunder of God. Obi is our next Nigeria president. That is all the reactions on that particular video from the prophets. I'd like us to listen to what Tinubu have to say here before we move on. Before that, okay, let's start with this.
Well, let's begin what's trending. The presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, over the weekend replied to recent comments by his opponent in the All Progressives Congress, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who, during a campaign rally in Ondo State, tagged Obi as Mr. Stingy, alleging that the former Anambra State governor watched his people suffer while saving the state funds rather than save the people. Obi, who alongside his running mate, Yusuf Dati Baba Ahmed, appeared at a town hall meeting organized by Channels TV on Sunday, stressed that no one could fault him for refusing to steal public funds, and no one has ever accused him of corruption. Peter Obi went on to say that one of the things killing Nigeria today is the Corruption Perception Index. Tinubu, during the rally in Ondo State, also called Peter Obi a heartless governor and cautioned Nigerians to beware of salesmen selling fake merchandise.
It is true that the heartless governor will owe back money when hungry school children, roads and clinics went into disrepair. Neither the city dweller nor farmer prospers during such a time. In the end, he received to save.
I want you guys to pay attention. And we also have a more revealing video that we're going to show to you after this. But I want you guys to pay attention how the Lagos State Governor, Sanwo-Olu, it's just like the same way Oshomole were. We're going to recapitulate on that particular video again, how Oshomole were telling Tinubu what to say. The same thing the Lagos State Governor was telling Tinubu on what to say. And I don't understand. You know, Sanwo-Olu will say something, Tinubu will repeat. But we have a more revealing video on that. You might not be able to see it here, but there's one or two exposition on this particular video. But after this, we'll bring the more revealing video for you guys to see that somebody talking to Tinubu in the back, why Tinubu will say it to the public. Let's move on.
We owe back money when hungry.
Nigeria today is the corruption percent selling fake merchandise.
It is true that the heartless governor we owe back money when hungry school children, roads and clinics went into disrepair. Neither the city dweller nor farmer prospers during such a time. In the end, He received to save the people because he preferred to save the money. And he claimed to be a party labor. Is that labor? Is that labor? You will have to be laboring under a terrible delusion if you think he will do a better job for this nation than he did for Anambra State. Buyers, beware. A salesman selling a fake merchandise. Beware of people like Obi. My people, you cannot entrust your future or that of our nation to Mr. Said Everything, Atiku, or the stingy Mr. Obi.
Tinubu's rally in Ondo State generated a lot of reactions. Let me take some. This person wrote, when Obi was governor, he paid stipends to the elderly, paid salaries, paid pensions, built infrastructure, and he still saved. The people didn't go hungry. Countries with a huge foreign reserve are the most economically viable. Tinubu just endorsed Obi for president. While Jasper wrote, Peter Obi is financially prudent. He ran a successful 8 years without borrowing, but still saved. His savings was used to build the airport by his successor. APC, on the other hand, has incurred 77 trillion naira debt for the next administration with hunger in the land. While Collins wrote, Nigerians, notice how Peter Obi and Dati has answered questions on the Channel CV town hall meeting, and not for once have they mentioned Tinubu, Atiku, or Buhari's name. They are so engrossed on issues of national development instead of gossiping colossal failures. I mean, I think that this person's tweet is completely what we need to hear from these presidential candidates. I mean, I know Dr. Abati is always talking about the vitriol and how it is against the law for these candidates to continue to insult one another. I felt that was quite unnecessary, Dr. Abati.
I would like us to listen to Rufai so that we can do this on time. I'm sorry, let me quickly forward to when Rufai was talking. Let's look for Rufai, please. Okay. Please help us to share as we do this. God bless you all.
I love campaign season because politics. The sad reality is that we've lost it.
Promises. Rufai?
So for me, the sad reality is that we've lost it as a country. I love campaign season because politics and campaign season is the extravaganza for ideas. But what do we see here? A lot of abuses. And please, I think it is just our candidates, and especially this candidate that we're talking about, that chooses to be this way. See, you can actually attack your opponents in campaigns, but you attack them with facts on the things they have done. Look at the Hostons in the UK. They were attacking each other based on facts. You did this, you did that. I have no problems when you say, Peter Obi, I want to attack you. In Anambra, what was XYZ percentage point of unemployment? That's a fact. But when you start to launch all sorts of attack based on the person of people, calling them heartless, is it because of politics? And you see, we think it's a joke, but we are setting this country on fire. And these are the people that want to run Nigeria. They're already starting a third world war. All of them, they don't even get to talk about the 77 trillion debts. They don't talk about how they're going to balance the budget. They don't talk about exciting ideas. I would have thought that on the campaign train, they will talk about how to solve insecurity problem with these Edo attacks that happen.
That's a very valid point.
But they don't talk about that. It's constantly abuse and how to discredit people. But we can't continue that way as a country. And this is sad commentary, Oji.
Well, on a lighter note, Tinubu held a town hall meeting with young...
Okay, we're going to stop that particular video right there so we can move on. I appreciate you all. I can see more people joining us. The screen is filled up already, and I have a couple of people on the backstage. Fortunately, my people, the screen is filled up. As you can see, it's filled up. So I'm sorry. Don't worry. If anybody lose their sport, you can take that. But at this particular moment, there's nothing I can really do. We are very, very unbiased on this platform. We don't remove people for any or for possible swap. We don't do that. Except maybe our moderator was mistakenly logged out. Yes, we can remove somebody because of that. Apart from that, it's all about first come, first serve. Thank you. Okay, I would like us to move on. We're done with that video. We have another one right here where yesterday we were streaming it live. For some of you that were with us here yesterday, I would like us to play the 2 minutes again. How Peter Obi responded to the name, Tinubu called him a stingy man. Let's watch this quickly.
Has described you as a stingy man in one of the campaigns, and that one of your opponents has described you as a stingy man in one of the campaigns, and that you might find it difficult to get things done with that kind of character. How would you respond to that kind of statement?
Well, very simple is that as governor of Anambra State, between the year 2000 and year 2015, the only measure of development that is known globally is Millennium Development Goals. This is the standard benchmark. If you check, when I became governor in 2006, we started implementing it in 2008. So we are late by 7 years. By the time Nigeria is stopped in 2015, Anambra was #1. And that includes, I was #1 in education. This is by UNDP, not by Nigeria. By UNDP, I was #1 in education. By Nigeria and WAEC, I was #1. I won Bill Gates Prize in health. This is again not Nigeria that marked it. So I can go on. I had the best road network. In terms of fighting poverty, go and check. Ask Evelyn Oputu. I was the first governor to go to Bank of Industry and say, I want us to do something. I want to put in money here, and you support my micro, small businesses, which is what the governors are seeing today. I and Evelyn Oputu started that. Then, go and ask Magnus Sparko, who was in charge of poverty alleviation. I was #1. I'm calling names of people. I can go on and on. But let me tell you about that issue. It's good that when my opponents talk, let us talk about corruption. One of the things that is killing this country today is corruption perception index. And that is measured on how you manage public assets, nepotism, how you share the land, how you manage your money and everything. And I've challenged everyone and just said, go and see whether there's anywhere a cover of Anambra State money is missing. Saving have now become an issue when people have stolen all the money and impoverished the country, and you are now questioning a man who's left the money without anybody telling me to leave it and go.
Can you imagine? Can you just imagine? Okay, thank you very much, my people. Please try to write every video down, because we have 1 or 2 videos to still play. Let's expose Atiku a bit here. Atiku, his former aide, came out with force for a reason I don't know, but he claimed that he's out to save Nigeria. So I think we should focus on that. He exposed Atiku, how he worked with Atiku, how Atiku can never be trusted, how Nigerians should avoid Atiku now and forevermore. Let's listen to this, my people.
Tinubu, former media aide and
please help us to share this broadcast. Like the broadcast, please. You can see the like is not encouraging. You can press the like while you're still listening to the video we are displaying now. Thank you.
My name is Michael Atimugu, former media aide and facilitator to Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. I'm here to issue a very firm note of warning to his spokespersons and aides. I was there before some of you, and I'm more competent and meticulous than the most of you. This series is a battle for the redemption of the soul of Nigeria. It's nothing personal. And this is why, out of respect for the cordial relationship I used to have with His Excellency, I am holding and will continue to hold back evidences that are capable of tearing the very fabric of this nation. Things that the Waziri himself has said, plans that he has had that will be detrimental to the well-being of Nigerians. I'll hold back most of those things and only speak to Nigerians about the things that can guide them, help them understand why they should not vote for Atiku for president of Nigeria. If any one of you, however, comes at me, defames my character, then there will be the greatest unleashing of evidence Nigeria has ever witnessed since 1960. Of course, I know that attempts will be made on my life. You can kill me. It's all good. But Nigeria is more important than one person, than this individual. And this is why my lawyers have been well briefed. In the event of my death, if anything touches a strand of hair on my body, then my lawyers will unleash everything in my arsenal. Do not aggravate issues for Atiku by aggravating me. I have thought about this long and hard before I decided to speak up. I've been silent for a long time, but I have children. All of my viewers have children. You have families that will be affected if you make the wrong choice in 2023. In all good conscience, I will not sit back and let this happen without speaking about what I know. I will once again say to Nigerians that as you watch and listen to the sequels to this first episode, make decisions that will be good for you, your family, and the future of this country. Alhaji Atiku Abubakar is not that person to vote for. And I say this because I know it. Thank you. On the 13th of June 2018, there were serious corruption allegations flying all over social media about 100 million naira bribe that had been given to Atiku Abubakar by the then Plateau State Governor Joshua Dare. By the direct personal admission of the governor, he had given 100 million naira to Atiku. For this reason, the governor was found guilty and was sentenced to jail time. I needed to know what the truth about the allegation was before proceeding to plan a defense strategy. And so I reached out to my then principal, Atiku Abubakar, via email, asking him, the details of the issue and how to proceed. And so he had told me that in his reply that, that money had been paid into an SPV. I didn't know what an SPV was, so I asked him. And so he gave a brief description, but since it was obvious I wasn't quite, I didn't have clarity, he put a call through to me on that same day. On my blog, you'd find the phone number that he had used to call me on that day, and the number I was also using by which I had received that call that day. And in his call, in our conversation, he admitted to having advised his then boss, President Olusegun Obasanjo, against what he called open corruption, stating that he practiced corruption by stealth or corruption by SPV, if you will. Went on to explain in further strategy meetings that through those SPVs he, Atiku Abubakar, had set up. Don't forget that he was in charge of the economy, and every monetary transactions had to pass through him, and they had used those SPVs, to fleece Nigerians, using those monies for private businesses, to settle their friends and political issues as well. That particular conversation gave me a little insight into the truth about my boss, my then boss, and all of the corruption allegations against him. It also opened my mind to the knowledge that the reason he's always been confident in defending himself, in allegations of SPV by telling Nigerians, show me evidence if you have any against me, is because SPVs, those companies he had set up by himself, had placeholder directors. So nothing could ever be traced back to him directly. That's why Atiku is always confident about corruption allegations. But it also forced me to begin to investigate deeper, the man that I was serving at the time. Listen to the conversation between me and him.
Sir.
Yeah, Mike.
Yes, sir.
How can you ask me what is SPV?
I don't know what SPV is, sir, and I need to be sure before I start arguing with these people.
SPV is a special purpose vehicle. In other words, is a company they incorporate to carry out certain, activities.
Okay, sir.
You see, what happened was when we came into, the office, and I advised the president against, open corruption.
Yes, sir.
I told him, I said, give me 3 people you trust.
Yes, sir.
And I will prepare 3 companies for which they will be the subscribers, or rather the directors.
Okay, sir.
So that, if there is any contract that we give, they will act like consultants,
yes.
And then they are giving a fee.
Yes,
and
sir.
that fee is what we now use, to fund the party instead of, engaging open. So he gave me the names of Fashawe, Andy Uba, and the late this guy, from Borno State, who died in that plane crash. Trying to the 3 of them.
Okay, sir.
So I now incorporated companies and I put them as subscribers.
Yes, sir.
And one of the companies was Marine Floats.
Yes, sir.
So when this governor sent a donation to the party, now he sent it to Marine Floats. So it was paid into Marine Float.
Yes, sir.
And one of the subscribers of Marine Float was Otumba Fashe. That account was very, very well investigated by EFCC to see whether, there was any vision. They found out that there was nothing.
Yes, sir.
So that was where the 100 million went to. It did not go to Atiku Abubakar. It went to Marine Float. And Marine Float was an SPV, special purpose vehicle, created, as a consulting company. So
okay, sir.
That was the way I handle it.
Okay, sir.
Yes. So that was what I was briefly trying to explain to you. No money was given to Atiku Abubakar.
It's okay. These people, as the time draws closer, they keep coming up with a lot of issues, and one needs to be able to have a few facts to be countering them immediately. Yes, sir. No problem, sir. I will tackle him later tonight.
They should go and check. The money was not paid to Atiku Abubakar. The money was paid to a company called Marine Float.
Marine Float, yes, sir.
Yes, which and Marine Float was one of those 3 companies,
Yes, sir.
So,
he did state categorically that you own Marine Float.
I never own. There is no way I can own Marine Float. Let them go and check the certificate of incorporation or articles of association to find out whether I own Marine Float.
Okay, sir. That's all. That's all. No problem, sir. Thank you so much, Daddy. I really appreciate it.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Bye.
Jesus Christ. Hi, how did we get here? Marie floats. This is the reason why you see the other day, or most times you see Dino Melaye saying, has Atiku ever been indicted? I don't know. Indicted? Let's listen to that quickly before I come back. Listen to what Dino Melaye was saying here. This is because of Marie float is within them. That is where they take all their Oh God, let's watch this.
But one thing I forbid is telling myself a lie, because to thine own self be true. There is nothing on the table for me to use to defend APC. Nothing. And that is why when both of them are talking, I don't know what both of them are still waiting in their parties. They should make a competition on who failed more. The competition between PDP and APC is who failed more, because both of them are failures.
Well, respond to that.
Do you know, the last time I heard him talk, he said he was blind, and now that it's obvious he's still blind, he's not seeing.
In 1 minute.
No,
right.
yes. The APC person, they hired a drug trafficker by the judgment of a court, and he has not resigned. Drug trafficker by the judgment of a court.
Yeah, but no
PDP,
court has ruled on that drug trafficker that you talk about.
No, not 10 districts of Illinois courts, certified true copy, drug baron. The PDP man is talking about Atiku Abubakar. William Jefferson was sent to jail in America, and he said $100,000 bribe he took from Atiku Abubakar. Moreover, President Obasanjo said the worst mistake he has made on earth is hiring Atiku Abubakar to be the vice president. That is the most corrupt person on earth. Has he resigned? Don't you know Kugbe resigned? Now, PDP, APC, two heads, one monster with two heads, PDP. Now, Dino Melaye and Atiku Abubakar left PDP, joined APC. They were the ones that brought.
That is their confidence. They're always saying that if Atiku has ever been indicted anywhere, because Atiku have planned it properly. It looks like Atiku is even more intelligent than Tinubu in this their society of stealing, looting. You see, they created a company that Atiku doesn't have any kind of association with or affiliation with. So in case they are looting, they use that company to loot. But tomorrow when you try to accuse him, you heard him saying from the beginning that nothing can, Atiku Abubakar's name is not there or something like that. Anyway, I'm going to leave this for my panelists to analyze that when we get there. Let's do 1 or 2 videos again so that I know that we can just move on. In Edo State, PVC situation, where, hold on, my people, let's do this. 1 minute, I think. Okay, yeah.
Because of the PVC.
No violence. No violence.
No road. No PVC, no road. Let them do their work.
The road is empty. Upper Sapomba is blocked. Upper Sapomba is blocked because of the PVC.
No violence. No violence. No violence.
All right, let's quickly take reactions on this, because I remember Arise, they talk about this particular roadblock in Edo State. Let me see if I can look for it quickly. Is it here? 1 minute, please bear with us. I think this is it. Okay, yeah, they talked about it. Okay, I just want us to listen to them quickly, then we'll move on.
Well, all right. Let's take another story. There is a growing apprehension among many Nigerians who believe that their voting rights have been trampled upon and as such will be disenfranchised by the Independent National Electoral Commission, as many are yet to receive their permanent voter cards from the commission. In Edo State, citizens staged a protest blocking a major highway, demanding for their voting rights.
Opasapoba is blocked because of the PVC.
No roads. No PVC, no road. Let them do their work.
The road is empty.
I cannot stop highlighting this issue in Nigeria. On Friday, we discussed, a polling unit where they were, closed at 1 p.m. That was in Abuja instead of, the usual 4:30 p.m. And now these people in Edo State. Also in Lagos, there was another video that was trending over the weekend, about some alleged parties going in to stop votes, like to even cancel names. It became even a tribal allegation. This man here, they accused him of, removing Igbo names from the register.
Yes, we have that video here. We are going to be playing that later on. This particular man was caught in PVC Center, deleting all Igbo names from their system. I don't know how he got there, how he have access to INEC system or gadgets, who sent him. At the moment, INEC have not addressed it. That's the situation we're talking about. Let's move on.
Which was quite appalling to see. I know, Rufai, you had a comment about these people in Edo State. If you can make that comment really quickly, and then...
Okay, real quickly, please, INEC, make it as much as possible very easy for people to pick up their PVCs. Please don't disenfranchise people, but I don't support blocking of the road. You could have protests, you could have carried your placards by the wayside. You can also go to the court, and I think people should start even thinking of going to the court to be able to seek for extension, because a lot of people will be disenfranchised already. So I think people should start filing suits in the court, and probably we can be, get INEC to seek extension for this, because this process is not even working at all. People are not picking up their PVC. But I don't support blocking the road, because that can lead to more mayhem and all of that. Please.
Well, yes, while I do agree with you that it might lead to more mayhem, and yes, there are better ways to resolve issues. I just think that this is a representation of the feelings of frustration of people in Nigeria. And unfortunately, they leave no room for us but to take on, these kinds of action. But like has been said again and again, perhaps it's time for INEC to consider extending the dates, 22nd of January for the last date of collection. It is not realistic.
Okay, thank you very much, my people, on that particular one there. On the man that we were talking about earlier on, let's quickly listen to this.
What are you doing there? You are not INEC. What are you doing inside? What are you doing inside? You are even knocking doors for people not to enter. What are you doing there? You are not INEC. No. See, let's come and see people do this. I have written this since morning. The number is here or is inside? The number inside.
When I just start again for that Lagos, Abi, what APC member they find for inside INEC office, and you know they work for them. Nothing will never see for this 2023 election. The funny thing called a jump. They will follow woman, fight woman rubber. I don't tell you. Watch the video. On another see Abi. This 2023 election not be just normal election wey they do since 1960. They can no. This was different. This Obidati movement bring oneness, bring love between the Igbos, Yoruba, Hausas, Ishekiri, Urobo. It's just everybody unite because of this Obidati movement. Now Yoruba woman, I catch am call the video ram. The video ram they shout. If they speak Yoruba, they want ram. Code even use Yoruba, they say, and they know they allow Igbo, they go separate Igbo's card, come out for this thing. Yoruba woman, see love, where would that bring? Then you with your scorpion leg, God, you won't fight woman. All this and they quarrel for company, their wife, they leave them. Oh my God! I don't say. Abualeke, Osimileke buke, Abualeke, Osimileke buke. That man are really Abualeke. This is a call to Lagos State government. That man, they harass that woman. That man, they won't fight that woman. Lagos State government, they not call to woman. That man need to be arrested. First, for you to enter INEC office and you know they work for them. And what you they talk? What you they talk? That offense.
Okay, thank you very much, my people. That is funny, but that is realistic of what happened. I appreciate every one of you. We need to move on right now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please help us to share this broadcast and let's talk about the things that's affecting us. We showcased all the videos that we need to show today. We're going to start talking right away so we can move on. Thank you very much, my people. Now, God bless you now. Please help us to share and like this broadcast. Let me quickly start with a town hall, my brother. Thank you very much. Good evening to you once again. Please talk to us. 5 minutes.
I will go after the next person.
Okay, that's fine. I'll come back to you.
Yeah.
Please mute yourself. Thank you. Okay. I would like to move on now to Moderator. Moderator, good evening to you. You're the first today. Talk to us. 5 minutes.
5 minutes for all those plenty video. Okay.
Okay. May you first start first.
Okay. Good morning. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Mommy Diaspora, everybody in the panel, and everyone watching from home. Today is a great day. It's a great day. For Prophet El Buba, this is the kind of men of the cloth that Nigeria needs. Seriously speaking, and Nigeria, what please, I would like to appeal the part where Prophet El Buba was making a prayer, or rather a curse, according to the Bible, to those who support evil. I think that should be one of your anthems. I would suggest that should be one of your anthems when you start your show and when you end your show. Even in between, when we have the breaks, let them be feeling the curse. Those people who are sitting on the fence, those people watching us, those people who are supporting APC or PDP or giving us useless excuses on why they're still supporting those wicked, evil men, please, those curses should be continually played. That is my suggestion, and I pray and I hope that you take that as a suggestion, because at this point we are fighting for the soul of Nigeria. It has come to a point where even on social media we have fake, useless pastors, fake men of God, fake prophets or prophetess come out on social media or try to sell some useless videos or voice notes telling us about the prediction of who is going to be the president of Nigeria. Please, where were they? Where were they when the people in Kaduna were kidnapped? Why didn't they prophesy about that? Where were they when people were killed at the NSAS 2020, October 20th? Where were they when the Deborah was killed? Why did they prophesy about that? Listen, you see that prayer that Prophet Ebuba said about those people supporting evil? If you're a participant, if you're an enabler of fake prophecy, using the word of God, using my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ as a yardstick to start lying and deceiving people, you will say your hell is already starting while you are alive, including before you even die. Your hell is starting. And that will transcend to your generation, because people like you don't want progress. People like you are supporting the murder of Deborah. That is why I say, anyone who's supporting APC or PDP, if you're an enabler, if you're a supporter, if you are a distributor of APC and PDP, just know that you are supporting the death of our sister Deborah. Woe betide you and your family. I don't care. I am saying this, and you people know I don't miss my words, because I'm fighting for the soul of Nigeria. And anyone who stands with the truth, no matter the consequences, I know that the Lord shall bless your household. Just that the Lord shall bless my household and Nigeria Watch and those people who are standing for the truth, no matter the consequences. Because right now, what will be your legacy after you die? What will be your legacy? Ask yourself in the quiet room. Put off the lights and ask yourself, what will be my legacy when I really, really die? Because we all know that we don't know where we are going to go. We all don't know. And I pray that the Lord shall keep all of us to see Peter Obi becoming president come February 25th, 2023, this year. Whether you like it or not, it's Peter Obi or nobody. As for that man, the one in Kanu with the that calls himself Ganduje or Gandudola, that is the height of evil. That is the face of evil. That is the manifestation of evil. This is what religion has done to the northern, unfortunately, to the northern part of Nigeria. I find it so funny that even those clerics now, some of them have been to Dubai. I mean, Peter Obi has said it. In case of you, I haven't been to Dubai, but those of you who have been to Dubai, Peter Obi has said it. It's even in the internet. It's not even Peter Obi now. The Emir of Dubai specifically gave the church a land, built a church. What does that tell you? This is Dubai, a Muslim country. Even in Saudi Arabia, I mean, that is the foundation of Islam, Saudi Arabia. I don't think those clerics, even the king of Saudi Arabia, would not gather clerics in this day and time and tell them this is what you need to do. Like seriously, or use it as a political tool to twist people's minds. If you were so good, APC and PDP, the major evil in Nigeria is APC. PDP is just an appendage, or rather, PDP is just the other twin. But the most dominant twin is APC. They are twins, they are Siamese twins, one body and two heads. But the most dominant of those twins is APC. Yesterday, I was watching Peter Obi say something that he touched that really resonated with me when he said about the high, in fact, we have surpassed India. India is over 1 something billion people. Nigeria is just over 200 million. We have surpassed India with high mortality rates. That is, in case people don't understand. Women who have died, either by during childbirth, or those women who have died due to complications during pregnancy. It's high in the north. It is high in the north. That is the index that was said by Peter Obi. Right now, we have surpassed ×7 a country that is 1 something billion. We have surpassed India. Forget the poverty side though. Forget the poverty capital. We have surpassed it, and it's predominantly the numbers are in the north. For those of you who want to talk about numbers, the numbers are from the north. So their brother is as a Muslim, is the president. He is the minister of petroleum. Okay, since being president now, if you want to go to religion, where has that taken us to? Education, 0. Health, 0. Infant mortality rate, 0. All in the north. Now somebody that you call yourself a Muslim cleric will now come and you listen to that and you digest it. So you have pushed the death of your child or your wife aside and carried religion. But the country where religion is most practiced, I'm talking about Dubai, UAE, even Saudi Arabia, they don't practice their politics this way. They don't present their religion in this way. I'm not a Muslim, but I believe that the true Muslims will never ever use religion as a tool. It has never ever worked. Look at countries that have fought in the war. Iran, Iraq. Even if there's a Muslim cleric that comes online, I think he has a social media page. He talks about, he's trying to educate Muslims that there's no way in the Bible or any of the history books where you want to mix religion and politics and religion wins. It never works. These are tools used by evil men like Ganduje, evil men like Mikano, like Ganduje, evil men. This is a manifestation of evil in broad daylight. As per Agbado, who is also part of the evil men, so, that comment about Peter Dirog being stingy. You know what? It's so funny that being frugal is defined as being stingy in the eyes of the likes of Agbado and his senseless followers. Labour Party, everyone in this obedient movement. I think this is the point where we have to counter all these vitriol coming from this empty, evil, analog, malevolent, dark, drug baron, manipulative, delusional, obtuse-minded Agbado, the man at Bodilon, Sheyi's father. Take your father inside the house. Take him inside the house because becoming a nuisance to Nigerians. If you have not, actually, you know, Peter Obi was talking about and Rufai, like when you are in the political scene, you want to see competition based on issues. Tell us why you are better than the other candidates. Talk about the issues. Now, it has been so downgraded that Nigerians think this is how politics is being played, by insulting people's father, insulting people's children, you know, maligning them, calling them all sorts of names. So if this is the kind of vitriol that they want to practice, we cannot be silent. The Christians of Nigeria, you cannot be silent. The sensible Muslims, the educated ones cannot be silent. You and I cannot be silent and just listen to all this nonsense, this vitriol, these lies, this manipulative attitude and process of manipulating the gullible ones. We can't be quiet, people. We have to start speaking. We have to start educating. We have to start educating people and removing the scales off people's eyes. We can't continue like this. We can't tolerate this. So if I am raising my voice, I don't care if you think my expression is too rash or rough. I don't care. You don't get it. I don't care. I don't even care what you think about me. I care about Nigeria. Nigeria is most pivotal in my train of thoughts. A better Nigeria is most pivotal in my direction. So what you think or feel about me right now, it doesn't matter. It doesn't. It doesn't. And everybody should follow suit. We cannot continue to start listening to Agbado telling lies and talking rubbish and twisting people's minds that they like of Dino or Reno or the useless son that calls himself Festus Keyamo. We can't start digesting such vitriol. We can't start digesting such lies. We should stop digesting it. We don't want anybody here to come and tell us that Peter Obi will not win. We can't tolerate that. It is wrong. It is completely wrong. We can't just be quiet and say and use, oh, everybody has a freedom of speech as a yardstick for stupidity, as a yardstick for lying in the name of freedom of speech. No. If you want to accept it, I would not accept it. I would not accept it. Nigeria has to be better. We that live in diaspora, Nigeria is better than wherever you are living in case you don't know. If Nigeria was a working country, all these foreigners, this country where we are living, they will be looking for citizenship of Nigeria. But if we're in this country where they have fought and they have bled to make their country good, why can't we do the same? Why are we being comfortable? I want to tell you guys a story, a very quick one. Nigeria, please permit me. Where I am in Canada, my boss was telling us a story of a multinational company that she was working a few years ago. And she said they brought somebody. She didn't want to, you know, everybody is careful with the kind of words that you use. He said they brought a director who was from a certain ethnic group, and she used the word salam, salam. Everybody got the message. Obviously, it was a Muslim man, right? And she didn't want to say the country. Definitely one of this Middle East country. I mean, he got the job. And they say, before you know it, every time he goes around, when he's greeting people, he greets people with his salam, salam. You are in a multicultural country. You're in a country where you have multiple people with different cultural identity, different religion. So you can't start propagating your greeting by using salam, salam. This is Canada now. And then he said, before you know it, this same director, before you know it, within a year, every position that was open, he started bringing the people of his salam, salam. Guess what? People started complaining. Every position that came, the people he picked up were the people from the same religious affiliation. People went to go and report HR. Guess what? They didn't waste time. The CEO and chairman, they fired the guy. This guy is, his qualification was top-notch. I mean, educationally, he deserved the job. But look at what he was practicing. Within a company, he was fired without thinking twice. Nepotism is not tolerated. It's not tolerated even where you people are. You guys know, bringing religion into a workplace is not tolerated. Religious bigotry, not religious bigotry, is not tolerated. He was fired. This man is a PhD holder. He was fired immediately because nobody wants you to come and spoil their guy, what they've worked for. You now want to bring some bigotry ideas. You will be obliterated. You will be plucked out. They will pluck you out immediately. So Nigerians, we have to pluck out all these religious bigots in the likes of Ganduje, the likes of Mikano, and all their surrogates. We have to pluck them out. We have to pluck them out with all alacrity. Now, Peter Obi says something. How have you managed public assets? Period. Those are the kind of discussions we need to have. How have we managed public assets? With proof, with verification. Now, Michael Atiku, I don't know where he's from. Where he's from, really, it doesn't really matter. As well as this Atiku Gates. You know, when I see all these kinds of things happening, the hand of God is working, people. The hand of God is working. I'm not going to even ask, why is this guy talking now? He said something in that first video. He said, with all good conscience, unquote, with all good conscience. Perhaps it has nothing to do with money. Perhaps we don't know what touched that guy. Maybe God visited that guy through somebody or something and say what you are supporting now. And I'm speaking to those who are supporting APC and PDP, those, especially those of us listening to this program now, or those of you who are writing rubbish on the comment section, supporting this evil. Perhaps, maybe with good conscience, if God speaks to you right now, stop supporting evil. Stop supporting evil. And that is why I think maybe this Michael Atiku guy came out and he spoke. However anyone wants to judge this guy, I'm not really interested. He's doing something right. Period. He's doing something right. Period. Nobody can say what this guy is doing is wrong. Forget about maybe they did not give him money or maybe they cheated him. All those are frivolous. They're not really important right now. What this guy is saying the truth. Period. Now, speaking about the SPV, special purpose vehicles, there are gazillion of SPVs all over Nigeria in all ministries. In all ministries happening in Nigeria. They probably have different name. You know, different name. Now we have SPV, like Atiku just said. And then we you see, they even called the likes of the traitors of the eastern part of Nigeria, the traitors of the Igbo people, like Andy Uba, someone like Otoeze, Soludiot, Uzokalu, Hopeless Uzodima. These are the list of people, the traitors of Nigeria, the traitors of their brethren, the traitors of our children. And then you'll not come out and say, I have a right to choose who I want to choose. You are a devil. You are a devil. In fact, you are a cousin of Lucifer. You are a cousin of Satan. I will not even say you are a follower. You have the DNA of Lucifer. The likes of all these people I just mentioned, they have the DNA of Lucifer. You come on straight face and you have children, and you see other people's children suffering, and then you dare come out and say, I have freedom of speech, I have freedom to choose whoever I want to choose. Like, seriously? Fear God, though. You people should fear God. Fear God. As long as you cannot create a human being, you should fear God. Those of you who are supporting Mikano in the name of Sumac infrastructure, in the name of is my political affiliation. So whether the person is a demon, I will support him because it's APC or PDP, because that is my the party that I've been following. If you want to follow party lines, that is why I say no sending of money to Nigeria. People, do not send any money. Don't send any money to anybody, except if it's an old person's medical bills or a little child. Any other person, do not send money. Let us wait for Peter the Rock Obi. Let him be president before he starts any money, because you cannot keep supporting people who are also praising their killers. We can't do that. We have to take action. I would say Mikano, in what that Michael Atiku was saying, something came to my mind, and I just thought, when we talk about Robin Hood, I know you guys have about the fictional character Robin Hood. In case you don't know, Robin Hood steals from the rich and shares the money to the poor. But I would say it's an antithesis of Robin Hood. Mikano is the opposite. Mikano steals from the poor and shares amongst his friends. He steals from the downtrodden and shares among the rich people. That is who Mikano is, the former vice president. That is who he is. Now, lastly, as per INEC, Festus Okoye, where art thou? Festus Okoye of INEC, where are you? I'm not even going to touch about Yakubu, because Yakubu doesn't speak. The spokesman. Festus Okoye, Mr. Festus Okoye of INEC, where are you? All these videos that we are seeing, where are you? Silence means complacency, but I will always add, silence also means shame. You see all those saliva he was swallowing and all those talk he comes to talk about INEC is this, Beavers is that. You see, listen, we need people who are software savvy to monitor Beavers. If you know, even if it's a foreigner, a Chinese, or I heard it's from Japan that they're using the coming from the beavers or whatever. If you know anybody, please, we need you now. Please, let's with good conscience, like Michael said, with good conscience, your conscience, when you sleep at night, say, what can I do to save Nigeria? What can I do to say, okay, I tried my best? What can I do to say, you know what, this is my input and I'm proud of it? What can you do? If it's not money, let us go to software. Are you a software developer? Are you software savvy? Do you have connections with people who are software developers that want to do the right thing? Please, we need you. Nobody is not important. Everybody is important. Everybody. And another thing too, this is my final submission.
Please, yeah.
I don't know what the electoral law says regarding distribution. I mean, the functions of INEC. I don't know if I have to research it myself. If part of the INEC functions is to also make sure the electorates get their voters identity card, or what we call the PVC. Because I know in diaspora, what
the answer is correct. You are very correct. That is their function. It's a mandatory. Go on.
Okay. Thank you, my brother Israel. Thank you. If that is part of the Electoral Act, if that is part of one of the functions to make sure people get their PVC, why can't they post these things to these people? Why can't they delegate or even create jobs? Because sometimes when election is done, I don't know about other countries, in Canada, they recruit people. People do temporal jobs to do to be an electoral officer, and they pay them some stipend. So INEC should not employ, apart from NYSC, employ people, even university students. Now, university students, and say, you know what, we need so and so number of students. We need you to go to every house in this area. You know, they can share it by local government or whatever. Go to people's houses according to the address and give it to the people. Give them their card. Because 25th is very close. 22nd is too short. If there's an electoral law that states that the function of INEC is to make sure the PVCs are distributed, and they're not doing it, then we should start thinking of going to court. Nigerians will start thinking that way. And I am very thankful that Rufai of the Arise TV, you know, when they were talking about, you know, people perhaps should take it to court and maybe ask for extension. That's all I have to say for now. I'm sorry I took too long. I just need to, you know, say what I need to say. Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone, for being patient with me.
Thank you very much, Madam Rita. That is very important. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right. I would like
the town hall is back now.
All right. Okay, you're back. Okay, I already assigned Alex to talk on the second. Okay, if you're back, since you're the first, go ahead. Alex will
Yeah. Okay, Alex, I believe Alex will understand. Thank you very much. I greet you, Mr. Elvis, and my fellow panelists. I greet Nigerians at large. You see, God is working for the people, and we need to work for ourselves. If Nigeria is a country that works, if it's a country where rule of law, you know, is followed to the letter, I don't think the likes of Tinubu and Atiku should be on a presidential ballot. And I think that they should never have smelt any political leadership position. Tinubu, for instance, is a convicted, as far as the case law is concerned in the United States of America, is a convicted drug baron. For the fact that that case is still in the public space, even though he did not go to jail, he was indicted, he took a plea deal, and it went, he skipped jail. He still has a criminal drug indictment in America. And when we talk about crimes of moral turpitude, a drug, narcotic involvement, you know, falls into that category. And someone that has been implicated like that should not have even been a governor of a state, talk more or less to run for president. You see, we overlook, the institutions. For an example, an institution like INEC, should be such that someone like Tinubu, they follow the law to the letter, should not qualify. Okay, now look at this video about Atiku Abubakar. Even though EFCC, Atiku, from Atiku's own mouth, he said EFCC has carried an extensive investigation to see whether there is any corruption linked to him, and they've not found any because those companies were not in his name. For the purpose of argument, they say, okay, that's correct. But you see, with this new revelation, in law, this is what we call a direct evidence, where Atiku indicted himself. And I quote and I paraphrase. He said he told his former boss that they don't have to be involved with direct corruption. He used the word direct corruption. Therefore, he created 3 special purpose vehicles and instituted 3 different people to chair those companies. And those money, the corrupt money, were channeled and paid into those companies. This is a direct indictment. As a matter of fact, EFCC should go right now and pick Atiku up immediately. Because if you come to proving corruption for Atiku, this voice note, which Atiku did not know that it was being recorded, is a direct evidence that implicated himself. So, we yearn for a country that will be governed by the rule of law, where institutions are going to be strong. Unfortunately, we don't have such a country right now, which is why we are fighting, we are working, we are hoping that by the time we are able to elect a credible leader in the person of the Labour Party candidate and his vice, then these institutions can be strengthened. You see, I was on the comment section having a back and forth talk with Madam Rita, who just finished speaking. And I said, with regards to that video of the prophets, the reason why the northern oligarchy has been able to dominate Nigeria using religion as a premise to do so is because of this southern divide. There has been a southern divide in Nigeria for a very long time after the Civil War. And what they do is to propagate that division within the South. While the South are divided, they continue to conquer. Look at what is happening now. It is still part of that division. But I'm glad that the Nigerian people, the hardship, the suffering, the killing, the bloodshed, has been able to stir them up and open their eyes. We had been crying that power should return to the South. Power should return to the South. Specifically, power should return to the Southeast. They had a certain governors forum in Lagos and in Delta, where they agreed that power should return to the South. But what happened? When the time drew nearer, equity, fairness, and justice required that power to return to the Southeast. What happened? They gave Tinubu from the South the ticket, knowing that Obi had picked up the ticket for the Labour Party, further causing this confusion in the South. If Peter Obi was the only Southern candidate that was on this race, it made things easier. But you see, the way God works is that, we have always believed that the North, when we talk about North, we think that the North is all about Muslims. But no, there are Christians in the North. And God, in his infinite mercy and wisdom, has been able to expose what is going on. It is not about North and South. It is now about, it is clear, the picture is clear. It is a thing of religion, Islam versus Christianity. And let me, say that It is not all the Muslims that have this ideology that Islam should conquer and dominate. It happens to be the leaders, the so-called leaders, like what is his name of the name of that guy that was mentioned. They create that scenario and they paint that picture to the followers, and it appears as if it is a religious fight. But I'm glad that the foul Nash now is opening, has breezed the blow. So I'm so glad, and I want to charge our sons, our so-called sons, our so-called eloquent lawyers, the likes of Michael Zokome and Femi. I have forgotten his name. There are a lot of them. They need to make a move, especially in the light of this new video about Atiku Abubakar. They need to carry out a grand jury. Let them look into this. Let EFCC revisit this case. Atiku needs to be picked up immediately for further investigation and clarification. This audio, those calls, they can be Joe mapped and Joe typed and find out that if Atiku, of course, we know that it's his voice, but they might want to, say that this is not his voice. No, they have a way to identify that this is Atiku Abubakar speaking. Because this is a direct indictment of him. He used the word that we don't have to be involved with open corruption. He said open. That means there's corruption, but it doesn't have to be open. Therefore, give me 3 people. I will create special vehicle, special purpose vehicle, where those monies will be going into. It's a direct indictment. And if INEC is an institution that works, Atiku needs to be disqualified immediately. Tinubu needs to be disqualified immediately. You see, INEC, I have my reservations and my concerns about this 2023 election coming up next month. Because INEC is complicit. I wonder how the likes of Tinubu and his spokespeople go about bragging that they will win the election. Even in the presence of the total woefully failure of APC, there is something giving them mind. And if you begin to see the pockets of what is happening, the voters disenfranchisement, how can you find an APC member inside INEC's office deleting names of people? I have a cousin in Lagos saying that because of he's from the eastern part of Nigeria, he could not, and up to now cannot get his PVC because they are telling him to go back to the east. You have Kachi, who they attacked and told her that if you are going to support P2B, you go back to Onitsha. You cannot support P2B in Lagos. See, INEC is complicit. I am concerned. I am scared. Because the reason why INEC is not coming out to speak out very boldly, the reason why Festus Okoye swallows a lot of saliva when he's been asked certain questions, is because he cannot talk. And the reason he cannot talk is because he is also corrupt. He has a book where he knows what he will say. They will open that book for him. So Nigerians, this election next month is between the people, the downtrodden Nigerians, and INEC. We need to come out. We need to vote. You need to defend your vote. You need to investigate video camera, everything that can be done to make sure that our mandate stands and they don't steal it. (2023) is a ma or break for Nigeria. It is a ma or break for Nigeria. And we need to be on our toes to make sure that Nigeria does not break and we deliver the person of P2B to the Aso Villa. Thank you for now.
Thank you. Thank you very much, my brother. Mr. Alex, please talk to us.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Najawash. I have like 6% now. Let me see if I can do it. Good evening, everybody on the panelist session. Good evening, my fellow workers in the vineyard of the threshold of freedom. Those on the comment section. You are great. My greetings to you and your family. I want to first of all talk about the prophet, the pastor, the man of God who was talking, the good man of God. He reminds me of Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. People forgot that Martin Luther King Jr. was a reverend. He had a church. He had a congregation. He preached 2-3 times a week. But yet, he had compassion for the poor people of America who were being marginalized with racial segregation. Desmond Tutu of South Africa fought against the white domination of the black majority, the wicked government of the white people called apartheid. He was a bishop, Desmond Tutu. He was actively involved. So looking at such examples, J.F. Kennedy was killed. Martin Luther King Jr. was killed. He was a reverend. I began to raise questions about the characters we have as leaders in the Christian fold. You know, I seldom talk about these people for my own reasons. But today, as I begin to soliloquize and begin to, have a personal, discussion with myself, self-reflection, I begin to wonder with the kind of powers God and influence God has given these men. Why will be thinking they are at the forefront of democracy, freedom, and justice? I agree that some of them are doing their bit. I agree sometimes they speak in parables. But this is not time to speak in parables. This is time to come out and save this nation. For the people they claim they love all this while. The people that they claim they are saving for our Lord Jesus. Even Jesus in his days was bold enough to call Herod, the king in his days, a fox. Fox is an animal. When Herod sent to invite Jesus to perform miracles, when he was having a festival in his palace, Jesus said, go and tell that fox. Fox is an animal. Even Jesus could call a useless king who does not know his boundaries a fox. Fox is a wild animal that is always among, in the bush or whatever, in the desert. So when you see leaders misbehaving as a pastor and you speak up, you are a better pastor. You are not corrupt. You love the people. Love is not, you can't love God if you don't love people because you have never seen God. When Jesus said, I was poor, you refused to feed me. I was sick, you refused to visit me. I was in prison, you didn't visit me. I was naked, you refused to clothe me. And many ask, when did we see you? He said, whatever you do to these ones in my name, you have done it unto me. If you cannot love the people of your state as a pastor, as a leader, this is the first time in Nigeria watch I talk like this to men of God. I don't cross that line, but at this time in Nigeria history, with what is going on with this wicked leadership, come on, we have to do the right thing. We have to act like Desmond Tutu. And the late Archbishop Benson Idahosa, I remember the role he played in the military government, influencing them to do the right thing, to tie roads, to make sure things are working. Idahosa was close to power and he used it for the people. Idahosa was, he was very active in his days. So for me, I think some of these leading pastors, there are question marks with the silent treatment they are giving the Nigerian people. Esther's uncle told Esther, don't think you are in the king's palace. If you will not act now that your people are in problem, God will raise another savior from another place. And you also are going to be destroyed with them. Esther said, go and tell him that I will fast in 3 days. I will not eat or drink. Let everybody fast. If I perish, I perish. I will appear to go and see the king. And luckily, she found favor. She was not killed. And Israel was saved. So our pastors need to do better. Many of them are doing well. They give scholarship. I'm aware of that. They go for feeding of the poor people. Widows are being empowered in churches. But they should speak up for Peter Obi now. It's now or never. I want to warn INEC. There is a citizenship profiling. Citizens, concerned citizens of Nigeria, they are profiling INEC workers nationwide. It's not a threat. It's just the truth. They are profiling INEC workers, INEC staff nationwide for the right reasons. They are profiling you because this is their own country. They are stakeholders. They want you to do justice. When it appears that it was manipulated, the fireworks are going to start from your household. Yes. Yours sincerely, I'm part of those groups, looking for INEC people, talking to them, engaging them civilly, democratically. In fact, I spoke to one this afternoon. I don't want to call his name on air. He works in the Kawan Road. The wife is a baker at Ugbo Junction. She bakes meat pie and cake for weddings and so on and so forth. I know. So the man told me they will do their best. I know that man's house, and I know where he works. I know his family. He has 3 children. We are doing our bit. We may not come out to say it openly. It's not election as usual. No, it will start. In fact, it has started because we need to get our country back. We cannot continue with 73 trillion naira debt. We cannot continue. Up till now, nobody has invited Deborah's family to ask them how are they faring with the emotional blow dealt on them by Nigerian wicked leaders, where a girl was burnt alive, broad daylight. The killers are still walking scot-free in the streets of Sokoto. And nobody talk anything about it. We've had enough in a nation where you cannot travel anymore from Delta State to Kano without you being killed or kidnapped. We've had enough. In a nation where people will just keep quiet, a whole railway line will be kidnapped. People are being killed. I will not stop saying it. If you are tired of hearing it, my dear brothers and sisters, then you are a corrupt person. If you listen to these things, nothing moves in your body. Not your conscience is not pricked. You should check your humanity if you are really human. There comes a time money will fail you. So I want a nation that works. We cannot continue like this. A nation where after elections, ASU can go on strike indefinitely again if we do not obey. I mean, if we do not become, if we do not elect Mr. Peter Obi. How are we sure in this whole nation will not be run over and mosques obligated to be planted at every 20 kilometers or at every 10 kilometers? We know the agenda of the Fulani jihadist conquest, mentality that Ojukwu spoke about. To those who were concerned citizens of Nigeria in 1967 before the war, we know them. We cannot take that risk. Shetima is the one campaigning. It's not Tinubu. Tinubu is fragile. The Tinubu of Nadeko is not the same person. They are just fronting him. Tinubu, God forbid, should he even get there, they will tell you it's no more. Then you will see Pepe, who will say in our local parlance. You will see the meaning of jihadists. You will see the meaning of killings. You will see the meaning of kidnapping. What we are just seeing now is a rehearsal. So that's why Nigerians are just agitated. The youth already knows the truth. I'm very happy with the information dissemination nationwide among young people. And I'm very glad with the coming of the social media. I'm very glad that everybody's credentials are being exposed. Everybody's antecedents are being exposed. This is the only time we have to take these nations from people who had it on the platter of gold since 1999, since 1967, since 1970, since the 80s. They had it on the platter of gold to develop it, but they didn't do anything. In 2007, some of them had it. They didn't do anything. In 2015, some of them had it. They didn't do anything about it. What are you coming to tell us again? The lives of Tinubu and Atiku. What did you forget in Aso Rock, directly or indirectly, that you're coming to take? You've been there. You produced this government, as Mr. Tinubu said. And Milokan, he said he produced this government. A government without justice. Where animals are swallowing money. A government that a bag of rice has become 55,000 naira. A government that young people are running in thousands. They are running as if there's fire on the mountain. Of course, there's fire on the mountain. And what do you normally when people are campaigning? A ruling party is campaigning. They will roll out a list of their achievements. What can they roll out to us now? Where are the roads? Where are the infrastructure? Where are the schools? Where are the industries? Where are the investors? Where is the security apparatus or apparatchik? Where is the agricultural revolution? What is going on in our farms? What is going on in our primary schools? They've empowered some gullible governors, some traitors governors who do not have humanity, who think only about money, who think only about positions, who think only about selfish interests. They forgot that human beings, citizens are humans. Citizens need a voice. Some of our governors have become political destitute. They become political prostitutes, political liars, criminals, thieves. Imagine in my state, train was attacked. 31 passengers were kidnapped. Up till now, my governor has not released a statement because he has powers backing him in Abuja to unleash Fulani herdsmen. Fulani herdsmen kidnap people in Edo State. It was on BBC News.
We have not been to the train.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. I'm very angry. I'm sorry. Yes, I will stop that there. So, guys, with what Mr. Obi said yesterday, I want to tell you there's hope. I have never believed that somebody like that can come from the northern area. The guy is also a very smart man. He wants a Nigeria that works. We have to sit down, get our PVCs. I want to tell INEC again, release the PVCs. Release it. We do not want to go violent on you people. Nobody's happy in this country. Nobody's happy. People are angry with the situation. People can barely feed. They can't travel. People cannot even get fuel. Fuel now is selling for almost 300 naira in some parts of the country. Somebody bought fuel for me yesterday. It was 265 naira instead of the 165. You know, the whole thing is a complete mess. Obi is the only light in this darkness. If I'm the likes of Atiku and the likes of and the likes of Tinubu, how will step down? Because what have we done? They've gotten all the money. They've achieved. They've got all they want. They have estates. They have private jets. They have luxury life in Dubai, in Canada, in Europe, everywhere they want to go. So why are they bent on continuously punishing Nigerians? Why are they like that? I'm even hearing this in the realm of rumor that Atiku is under serious medical condition since yesterday. I don't know how true, although the PDP came to put a disclaimer on that. If it is not true, why are they bringing out a disclaimer that the guy is okay, he's on vacation, he's not a medical, facility in London? They flew him from Dubai, allegedly, into London. The guy is breathing with oxygen right now. So what do you want? To continue to put us in darkness? What is the $16 billion electricity fund that was given to you as a vice president? What happened to that money? Why are you bent on continuously importing generator? A lot of children in Nigeria now a lot of them have mental issues. Noise left, right, center. People cannot even read their books. Children can't read their books. It's only Nigeria you have a state and cities where there are no playground for children. When I traveled out, I saw playgrounds everywhere, almost in every street. Every 50 meters, 100 meters, you see playground in every location. Children parents are swinging children. So guys, Nigeria is not a normal situation. It's a sick nation. We don't need sick people. Atiku is under breathing machine run allegedly. Tinubu is sick, obviously. We all pray to be old. I'm not mocking him. What has Tinubu done for us all this while? The country he produced. So I want to warn INEC again. You are being profiled, not to be killed. We are being profiled so we can do the right thing. Because we are going to hold you responsible. Should we notice that it was manipulated? I did my own profiling. I met the man and we spoke. In fact, he allowed me to record him. I kept it. I told him, he said he has nothing to lose. He has nothing to hide. I can do whatever I want to do. He lives among us. Where can he run to? I'm not the only one. People are doing that because this election is different. We are not smiling this time around. So guys, let us continue pushing. Obi and Medati, they are the perfect people for the perfect job at the perfect time. They need to do this job as soon as possible. They need to hit the ground running. And pastors, please speak up. I beg you in the name of God. I will never insult you. I'm not wired like that. But I will just appeal to you to speak up. The redeems of this world, the Christ embassies of this world, the deeper life of this world. Joseph said, when his brother were trying to beg him, as they discovered he has become a prime minister in Egypt after selling him into slavery, he said, don't cry, don't worry, I will not punish you. Who knows? This is the reason why God sent me ahead of you to preserve life. So men of God, who knows? This is the reason God sent you ahead of time to speak up for poor people, to speak up for those who are being killed nationwide by these wicked leaders, to speak up against the likes of Atiku and Tinubu, who are bent on looting money continuously, who want to explain to us the calculation of how they can win elections without human sympathy, how they can brutally, manipulate things and come and shoot us again at Lekki Toge. They are coming to kill more Deborahs. They are coming to send more diasporans, more Nigerians into diaspora. They are coming to sell the remaining assets, national assets. They are coming to demolish, what is left of our national, treasures. So it's time for us. This is the only time we have to say no with our PVCs. Thank God they cannot come and remove CCTV camera as they did. Now in every polling unit, we all have our camera phones. Charge your phone on that day. Record incident. Upload it on your Facebook or on your Instagram. Do it on time in case anything happens. But this time around, we're going to give it to them. Should anything go wrong, should the election slide into chaos, which I don't pray, Nigerians are ready. We know the barracks. We know the police station. Many of our siblings are working there. We know how to get weapons if need be. And we will fight and defend our land. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alex. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Okay, let me quickly move on to the next person here. You guys remember we have a second segment and everybody must stick with the topic today. Stick with the topic. Nobody's allowed to move out of the topic today. Information reaching me now that yes, Nigeria, you guys are not sticking with the topic. Today, everybody wants to make sure everybody stick with the topic. It's very, very important. I appreciate you all. Okay, we have about 2 spaces left now. In case you want to join us, I'll repost the link shortly. But before that, let me see who is next now. The next person here is Tiobala. Tiobala, thank you very much for joining us. Good evening to you, my brother. Please talk to us.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, very clear. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you so much. I greet everyone on this session and those listening and those at the comment section. Thank you so much for making us making this point or this period for us to come out and say our mind. First of all, I really want to thank you once again, Mr. Nigeria Watch. The reason why I'm saying this is because this platform you dedicated to Peter Obi is really doing a lot in the mindset of the nation.
Thank you.
Other people, they have their platform. They discuss who will win this one, who will win this one. This is a movement. And you have been here exposing different things regarding these evil politicians. Just like what you did yesterday. How Oshomole was helping Tinubu to make his speech. He's a presidential candidate. So unfortunate. I really want to thank you so much and keep on doing the good work. And remember, this is a movement. In a movement, we don't have different opinion. We all stick with one mind to ensure that we achieve our common goal.
Thank you.
This is what we stand for. Thank you so much. I would like to start with the Edo people for the PVC collections. And I wish all other states can emulate what Edo people are doing. They started, it should be year 2020, I can't remember the particular, the last election in Edo State, where they said Edo not be Lagos. They came out with one voice, telling Nigeria that Edo people are not pushover. Today, we are seeing how they are coming out, though we see all other people are still doing their own, but see how Edo people are telling the world, telling Nigerians, this election is not about tribe. It's about the survival of everyone. They came out, they blocked the road. Not that I support violence, but according to what Ayo said, I don't really know her name, on television, Arise Television, this morning show, it's about the pains of the average Nigerian. That is why they are feeling the way they are feeling right now. That is why they came out to block that road. I want the INEC official, the civil society organization, and many others to come to speak out, especially the civil society organization. Speak to the INEC. They should allow people to go and collect their PVC. Especially, you can send it home. They have addresses, they have phone number, everything outlined there. Regarding Atiku, former aide or so, this is the corruption we have been talking about. Remember, we discussed during an Atiku interview how he told us he made billions of naira just buying 5 vehicles. These are the nepotism, the corruption that have been happening in the society of a nation called Nigeria. That's what they have put us in the perpetual poverty, with many people living without food, living without electricity, poor educational system, poor water supply. Today, they are still coming out they want to rule the nation with their corrupt mindset. It's so unfortunate. Nigeria, we just have to wise up. We just have to wise up. They have nothing in stock for you. All they want, they just want to come and grab that power, still hearing their friends again. Do you know the process with which you come into power determine how you will rule the nation? Regarding the prophet, I really want to commend that prophet. Over time, he has been speaking over time. And look at the revelation about what he said about those northern leaders. I've said it time without number. The reason why we are where we are today because of some part of the nation, Nigeria. The northern leaders have over the years used religions to put Nigeria as a whole into perpetual poverty, making Nigeria as a state or a nation as the poverty capital of the world. They refuse to develop their land. They refuse to educate their citizens. Like what the other panelists have said here, you know, if you go to the to Nigeria now, where the numbers they are even speaking about now, this poverty and all of that, majority of them reside in the north. Why? Because they use this religion to put them in. Just all they just want to do, they just want them to be worshiping them over time. And this is a time for them to wake up. We have many educated northerners. We have many of them. But because they listen to all these evil leaders who don't want them to educate, who don't want them to open up, they are there, still following them. Go and check the life of the Erufai and all of that. They all school abroad, but they fail to replicate all those things to their own children or their own citizens in the northern part of the country, thereby leading other nations to where we are today. It's so unfortunate. And regarding what they said in that their meeting, whether Ganduje or what Gandola and their cronies, like I said earlier on this platform some months ago, you people should remember the analogy Rita painted here in their workplace. People should remember what happened in Lebanon. This is exactly how it came about. It was a Christian country. Because of their way of embracing people, before you know it, they start killing people. Today, where is Lebanon today? You know, we are talking about this Muslim ticket. It's not, we are not fighting against religion, or we are not fighting against a particular religion. No, we just want Nigeria to be that secular nation it is, where everyone, you can worship whatever thing you want to worship. You can serve any God you want to serve. You know, if you want to preach to you, you can preach to you. It's left for you to join any particular religion or not. They cannot force any religion on you. That's the kind of society we want to build, where religion will not be the major pioneer or major thing driving the development. All other nations in the world, they are developing in a high pace. But here we are using religion to divide ourselves in the name of Muslim ticket and all of their evil agenda. Please, we need to wise up. It's very important that at this point, at this time of the day, this election has nothing to do with tribe. Neither it has nothing to do with religion. So it's important, it's sacrosanct, that you should go and get your PVC. There are many things that is ahead of us. We have everything what a nation should have to become one of the world's greatest nations. Is it resources? Is it human capital? They have everything in there. But see what we are faced with today because of these evil leaders. Now they are coming up with their stupid agenda, telling their northern or their, how will I put it, followers, they should vote this person because he's pushing Muslim ticket. Is it how to want to be the nation? Is that how want to be the nation? Go and check all that Muslim country. Go and check Dubai. Go and check all that this thing. They have everybody. They are moving in a high pace. They are embracing modern day technology. Where are we today? You refuse to develop yourself. And regarding the question you asked, where are the other leaders in terms of Christian leaders? I'm more sincere with you. Over time, these leaders have been speaking out. It's just we, the citizens, have refused to listen. I could remember in 2014, one particular Christian leader in Nigeria was shouting both in church and everywhere. But we in Nigeria will refuse. He told us not to vote Buhari. He told us, even a letter was sent. But we in Nigeria, we pay a debt here. I could remember he mentioned, he used the word Holocaust. That one even caused argument between me and one of my friends in Benin then. You know, what is coming and what happened? Some other leaders, like many of them, they invited Peter Obi to their churches, to their platform. Speaking now, they even came out with an agenda, the kind of person we should vote for.
But we are specifically talking about Adeboye Oyedepo, Pastor Christ.
I think Oyedepo in 2015, if, like I said before, he specifically said so many things regarding this person of Buhari that we should not even vote for him. He was not missing works. This, not that I'm supporting, at least they should do more. That is just the message right now. They should do more. These pastors, some of them have invited them to their platform. It was here when, what's it called, Abioye in Abuja church there, came out twice to speak against this APC and PDP and had they embraced Peter Obi. Sometimes it is with the citizen. These people have spoken their mind over time, but they still need to do more. But the power relies on all as a citizen. It relies on as a citizen. All the churches over time have been inviting Peter Obi to their churches. As a sensible person should know where they should go. They should know where they should go. They should know where they should go. This election now, at least, okay, I could remember one woman in Abuja. She was the one even piloting the whole movement. You remember her? She was speaking every Sunday, every time. These people, they are speaking. It is time for us to go and get our PVC. I really want to commend this prophet Issa and the good work he's doing. And I will urge even other big leaders and all that to emulate him. See, this is the time to speak. I know people have been doing well, but speak more. Speak more. Regarding Tinubu's speech, this is so unfortunate that we are still having this kind of people who they say they want to rule a nation. It's so unfortunate that he don't even know that he's even campaigning for the person of Peter Obi, calling him a staging person. Remember how Peter Obi have been able to lead, rule Anambra. He's not staging, he's being frugal. He's being prudent with managing a public fund. This is a man who implemented the MDG goal. He conducted poverty alleviation survey in this poverty survey in this country. Don't know what is causes of poverty in Anambra. He found out that most of those rural people, they have their farm produce, but they cannot move it out. What he did, he ensured that he construct all roads to linking all those local villages, bridges and all of that. Then goods they were selling maybe 1,000, before you know it, they were able to move it out and sell it at a higher price. Today in Anambra State, it remained one of the best road network across the nation. He didn't stop there. He went in education. He found out that majority of the people in education, especially the men, were not going to school. What he did, he had to find out, he still implemented this MDG goal. He ensured that he reached out to the locals. He bought computer to all the schools in Anambra. He did not stop there. He gave them bus. He gave them internet. And he ensured that he collected all the prefects, senior prefects, he collected their phone number to ensure that how they are faring, how the method of teaching is going. Today, before he left office, Anambra was #1 in education. When we talk about nation building, these are the aspects. Is it in healthcare? Today, the world is needing the need population in the global healthcare. See what Peter Obi have done in nursing. He built all nursing school or whatever across all the local governments in Anambra. This is what this man have done. He built them. He did not even stop there. He empowered them. Is it the aspect of security? He ensured that he bought vehicle to all the local governments in Anambra. I empowered the DPOs and all of that. Throughout his time, remember you showed it yesterday. There was no issue. Anambra remained the safest place to live during his time. So when we are talking about person being able to rule a nation, this is the person of Peter Obi. And going back to Peter Obi in Anambra, he supports both small and medium scale businesses. Today, we have a good example of Inosi Moto. He ensured that he supports Inosi Moto. Today, we have a car manufacturing plant in Anambra. Why? Because of Peter Obi. The man speaking, whether not Tinubu is name, during, he said he built Lagos, rain and all of that. The rain tried that even boasting about now was being conceived and bettered by Jack Conde. It was Jack Conde that started that project. During Tinubu time, he did not do any project. He's bragging about those Lekki area. If you check those Lekki area, it's just a small town. How many kilometers of road did Tinubu build there? He did not build any flyover. During Tinubu time, there was a number of out-of-school children in Lagos State. Go and verify these things I'm saying. When they said this man, all he was able to do that time was just to set up a tax collection and put it in his own pocket, Lagos State money. Right from 1999 to date, he ensured that he put governors that will be remitted to that tax. That is why when Ambode was not paying to his own gallery, he removed him during the second time. When you talk about development, we're talking about Fashola. They were the people that built Lagos. Go and mention one project that Tinubu built done in Lagos. So please, this election, we have to wake up. See, the people you want to elect into office, go and check their character. Go and check their personal record. Go and check their track record. Tinubu has involved in the corruption practices, drug, and all of that in US and many others. We don't even know his real age. We don't even know his the secondary school he went to in Nigeria. Now he wants to come and rule a nation.
All right.
So please, this coming election, Peter Obi have laid out all the plan he wants to do by moving a nation, moving us from a consuming nation to a producing nation. We have bitumen, we have gold, we have coal, we have oil, we have lithium. We name it. Is it the population? We have it. But all these leaders don't even have a clear cut. They don't even have a plan on how to build a nation. Yet they are roaming up and down, moving up and down. They say they want to rule the nation again. This is the time for us to wake up so that we can have a nation that works for everyone. Obi is the way to go. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much. I appreciate every one of you, my people. Thank you for joining us. I can see we have more people right there on the comment section. Let me quickly acknowledge those that have super chatted us. I want to say we are grateful. I can see Rosalind Omori right there on the screen. Thank you very much, Rosalind, for your encouragement, for your super chat. May your pocket never, ever run dry. Thank you. All right, let me quickly acknowledge. We have another one right here. Oh, comment, don't take come out. Not to the comment for this platform. Okay, we have Life with Natu. Life with Natu, thank you very much for your super chat. May God bless you. May your pocket never ever run dry. Thank you so much. Please, guys, if you're right there on watching us or on the comment section, please help us to like and share. As you can see right now, the like we have here, let me quickly have a look. The like is not too good, but good. Okay, I don't want to be greedy. Not too good, but good. But hit on the like button if you have it right there on your screen. If you have not done so, please do so. And subscribe to this channel. If you are watching us, please hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we are here so that we all can do this together. Remember, we're fighting for our future. We're fighting for a better Nigeria. I can bet on it that since you were born, if you're watching me right now, anybody that is watching me, regardless of the age you are, since you were born, you have never benefited anything from Nigeria. Yes, and you deserve to benefit at least something from Nigeria. If you choose right this time, to choose the right candidate, which is Mr. Peter Obi, then we will start benefiting from our own country. All right, so let's do this together, my people. Don't make mistake to choose the wrong person. Even today, before we move on to the next person quickly, even today, even our president, Muhammadu Buhari, refused. Although I sensed it for a while that Buhari don't want to endorse Tinubu. you know, he's not happy and they don't want Tinubu to rule us. Today, he refused to endorse Tinubu. But I want us to listen to what Buhari was saying here. That's where you guys are going to know that Buhari don't want to endorse Tinubu. Buhari is supporting Peter Obi, but you don't want to come out playing. Let's listen to this.
Please go to your constituencies. Make sure that you choose people who are very responsible. People who will keep you informed and act according and within the resources available in your locality. As I said, education, healthcare are our priorities. Please make sure that you have security in your area. Anybody who understands him, don't allow fraudulent people to come and dominate your locality. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And I wish you the best of luck. I am flying now to Yobe State and meet another political arrangement. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And goodbye.
Thank you, Baba. Thank you. Thank you. Goodbye. 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 Thank you for doing it. Iris. Tinubu is telling you all not to vote for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He's not coming out straight. But if you can read body language, you should know that for a while now, Buhari don't follow Tinubu to any kind of rally. He's not interested. For the first time, we are seeing this, for a president not to follow their own presidential candidate. He's not interested. He doesn't want Tinubu to become the president of Nigeria. You know, he left a statement the other day that go and vote for whoever you want to vote for. Don't be scared of any kind of intimidation. We played that video right here, you know, on his interview. So we brought that video here. That was last month, if I'm not mistaken. So this time today now, he's saying that, listen, don't vote for any fraudulent person or drug dealer. Don't try it. Buhari is warning every one of us. Don't try to vote for any drug baron. Don't try to. In case you don't forget, say, who be the drug baron, because some of you now feel not known as who be drug baron and all that. Let's quickly take a short break with this. Maybe this video will remind you who is a drug baron.
The one thing I forbid is telling myself a lie, because to thine own self be true. There is nothing on the table for me to use to defend APC. Nothing. And that is why when both of them are talking, I don't know what both of them are still waiting in their parties. They should make a competition on who failed more. The competition between PDP and APC is who failed more, because both of them are failures.
Well, respond to that.
Do you know, the last time I heard him talk, he said he was blind, and now that it's obvious he's still blind, he's not seeing. In 1
minute.
No.
Right.
Yes. The APC person, they hired a drug trafficker by the judgment of a court, and he has not resigned. Drug trafficker by the judgment of a court.
Yeah, but no
now.
Okay, and I don't know the Obi drug trafficker now, right? And Tinubu, Buhari telling you not to vote for Tinubu is saying it how it is. You should be able to read his body language, what he was talking about. In fact, mentioning the name, Tinubu was so heavy in his mouth, so you don't want to talk about it. He's forbidding it. It's very hard. Even the other day on the interview that we brought here, he didn't mention Tinubu's name, telling people to go vote for whoever of your choice you want to vote for. Today, now he's telling us that please don't vote for any fraudulent candidates. Now Buhari, they talk this one, so don't vote for any fraudulent candidate. Vote for who will give you, a better future. Who is that person? So we should let's listen to that video again before I call on him.
Before you continue. Even in that video, if you watch very well, Buhari make a speech all true. He was talking about that woman, the governor of their governorship candidate. He didn't even talk anything about Tinubu. It was after he finished his speech, Ganduje, or whatever his name, call and say, are you not going to talk about Tinubu before you not mentioning Tinubu using their language and all of that?
He switched to their language. All right, let's listen to this.
Please go to your constituencies. Make sure that you choose people who are very responsible. People who will keep you informed and act according and within the resources available in your locality. As I said, education, healthcare are our priorities. Please make sure that you have security in your area. Anybody who understands him, don't allow fraudulent people to come and dominate your locality.
So it's obvious, fraudulent people, drug baron, drug addict, looters and all that, APC and co, Tinubu, Atiku and co. Buhari is telling Nigerians never to make that mistake to vote for these forbidden fruits. Anyway, Israel Semuta, talk to us, my brother. Good evening to you.
Thank you, my dear brother. Thank you so much, everyone. Good evening to every one of you on the panel. Good evening to those in the comment section, and good evening to the concerned Nigerian citizen. I'll quickly address what Buhari just said. How did we get here? Nigerians, he has just told you it's a quote, but if you look at that quote, it carries a lot. I'll explain it to you. Did he just told you that you should vote for people who will give you more information, to educate you? He spoke about things. Who is giving us more information about how things evolve around you? Is Peter Obi. How they are stealing your oil. How your port authority are supposed to be expanded. How the headquarters is being taken to where you have in England, where you are supposed to have it in Nigeria. He was the one who told you that you have a vast land that can cultivate food for you, Nigerians. He's the one telling you how they are corrupt, how we should cut down government to manage our resources. He's the one telling you everything that is issue-based. Quote me wrong. He told you, don't listen to those fraudsters. Who are those people telling you the way that is going to be in a fraudulent way? You have the likes of APC presidential candidate. First of all, he wanted to tell you that the ticket they have was not very scary to you. He brought out fake bishop. That is fake, right? The endorsement by Afenifere themselves. What did he tell you? He cornered back and tried to bring back those old ones that were not even in the new generation of the Afenifere anymore, to try to endorse him, stealing. This is the same people who were fraudulently going to the person that endorsed the Labour Party, the former president. But when he endorsed the Labour Party, they said they went before. He didn't give it to them. They came out and said, don't mind this person. He cannot even produce votes. You see, these are misinformations. They are things that they put into you. Example of how they divide Nigerian from what that pastor was telling you is very crystal clear. You can see it from what our northern brothers were trying to cook with the likes of a sitting current governor who is also on the campaign trail for the APC government. In wherever you live right now, my brothers and sisters, think about it. Any political leader that is currently in office caught with such act, you'll be prosecuted. You'll be disgraced out of office. You can see him, a governor, Ganduje himself, talking about how you are using tribal bigots, sentiment to divide the country. And this is the same person on the campaign trail moving from cities to city, state to state, telling Nigerians that they are going to bring change.
How is the change coming now? Nigerians, open your eyes. This is why I said it just now. How did we get here? Because you allow all these things. A lot of us, let's just be very fair to all of us here. A lot of us that are also in the social media, we are using this thing, political sentiment, religious, and this tribal and cultural thing. You are using it to divide Nigeria instead of you to look for a person that will be guaranteed for your own betterment. No, it's not from this. It's not from my tribe. It's not from my culture. It's not, you use it. It's very, you see, they display it here sometimes. I'll just look and shake my head. How are you going to move if you have this kind of mentality? In all countries you live today, where you guys, everybody's enjoying, if they had those kind of, things in their head, or let them define you on that, most of you will not be where you are now. Most of us, let's just put it like that. Because we are so selfish to the core, because it belongs to your own clan. Because it does not belong to the other clan. You want to use it. No vote around, now we go. No vote around, now we... All these kind of things is what divide our community, society, call it anywhere. We're only blaming the North because they are showing their own. What of the ones that happen in the South? Some will come here, they'll tell you, it's just because of this. You'll be seeing it from what they do. It's society like that. I'll give you a perfect example of people who operate this kind of society we have. They might not be bigger to what Nigeria is, but they have different clans and religious beliefs, but in that country is so peaceful. Go and check. Is the country called Tanzania? But ours, we want to use these things as a kind of a weapon to even kill one's brother, just because selfish interest is there, political interest is there, tribal interest is there, cultural interest is there. What are you going to gain? I can always stand here. We do not care if the cat is black or white, as far as it can catch its mice. But we have to actually screen, like I've always said, based on issue. I cannot support you because you are this. I cannot support you because... Give me what it takes to take Nigeria forward. Bring the policy down. That is the education I want to be giving Nigerians. Other than that, I'm not going to be part of anything that has to do with anything like this, not concerned, that has to do with all these bigotries and all this kind of selfish interest, political affiliation. It's our brother, it's from my tribe, it's from my locality, all these kind of things. They use that, and that is where the foundation has been built upon. And each time I come here, I tell you the foundation is wrong. You cannot have a diverse country like Nigeria and we still believe on this, on that, on this, on that. Why don't we all sit down and say, let's bring out the best in us to actually move us forward? Because, mind you, the way we are still using it, we are still trying to use it again. And this is what is going to hurt us more. This is the 20th century, for crying out loud. And the jet age where you have information flying out, social media, any way you want to talk about. Nigerians should desist from that. We should start debating on issue base, no sentiment. And this one be our leader. We all they follow and they go. And that is what the social media, some of them in the social media, they still follow those kind of detriments. Sometimes I just look and say, Then you want to talk about a country that will move forward when you're already having this thing at the back of your head. It's not going to work. And that is why whenever I come here, I tell you the concerned citizens, it's the concern. Who are concerned are those people who are going to mesh things together and say, Nido equal to put it inside this thread. We'll take this one. Whether you are this or that, we don't care now. As far as you have the quality of how we can move this nation forward. Engage with the citizens. Talk to them. Bring them out where they are now. Put them in the light. Let them see the future direction so that everybody will walk towards that goal. That is all I believe. And if you see what the old Atiku and the people, this is how they create their oligarchy. You see it talking from what the secret video was showing you. That is a way, that is Nigeria, and that is how Nigeria was built on the oligarchy kind of system. Using other way to steal money, assets. And from the way he said it in the video, that the EFCC, one of my brothers make mention of it here, that the EFCC, they have not been able to track. Yes, you are just giving. And since this video was up, what has the EFCC done? That is the society we are talking about now. That is a direct quid pro quo. You were actually guilty of that. Of how you guys divide this thing, make it one by one. He made mention of Daria and the rest. And you know the kind of amount of money they stole out of the system. Yet, some of us will come here, our Baba, he will tell you, you are busy. Some of them are telling you they are busy supporting Obi. Meanwhile, they are using it to fetch money. Why? Nigerians, why is it like this?
Israel, he said open corruption, that we don't have to do open corruption. So you have to be
yes.
covert.
Yes, that's the quid pro quo I'm telling you, because it's just direct. That you've already created, there's an offense there already. Very open. In a civilized world, what took Donald Trump to where he is now? What he said to Georgia Secretary of State, I just need 11. Do you know what is? That's a direct quid pro quo. Somebody in government. That is where he is now. But because our society, do we actually just don't look before we jump? Thank God to that guy. You said, you see, that's a concerned citizen. Said he put the Nigerian first. He talked about his children. He talked about the future, and he said, "Let's go." Because enough is enough. This kind of oligarchy system cannot work again. Please, it won't help us at all. He has done it, and this is the same man who called himself a pan-Nigerian. Can you see that? The day he said it, I was angry, furiously, because the words that came out from his mouth, that does not define a pan-Nigerian. From what you heard from that secret audio, that is not a pan-Nigerian. Or are you going to talk about the APC one? That is not a pan-Nigerian. You see how they are still using our things to divide us. Look at the statement Oshomole was putting down to his candidate yesterday, using traditional ways to also use it to campaign. You are trying to inject a kind of things into the people's heart. Some people, we are not listening to words. We just take certain things, but you don't know how serious this thing can be. Implications. It's injecting it, and people are clapping. But these are the people who are also working to Tane to make sure they go and sit in the seat of power. The federal house. Remember, he's heading there. Nigerians, don't forget that. He's heading there. Clap for him. Some of you that are clapping for him on the social media. See, you are not doing me. I'm only here to do my job, to educate you, to tell you the direction. If you want to take. If you want to use sentiment, continue your work. Because you believe on what you are seeing. Clap. You can clap. But you remember as time goes on. Because anywhere you live, if things were going like that, maybe you will not be part of that system. A system that is just. If somebody who is right in his own sense, how can you, when you are not a kindergarten, you are being told what to say. These are people who are going to try as much as they can to take the office in the highest office in the nation. I was ashamed. Then tomorrow we start clapping. He said, "Hey, he said, quick." He said this, Baba, hey, this one. Are we? Look, and these are the people in the social media who live in a defined democracy, and they are still acting as the archaic life back in the days.
Okay.
Then you will start calling people Agberu. Let me just conclude with it. Who is now the Agberu? Because you, who came from the outside, instead of you to use what you have, you are even putting more on the INEC. I will urge Nigerians, don't go into violence. I do not consent with people blocking the road because we are going to add more. The people are already destroyed. You are blocking goods and services. There's right to protest. If Nigeria was just, the police should be by your side, escorting you to the INEC office. This is what Obi want to bring: sanity, rule of law. INEC themselves. Remember when I told Nigeria Watch, when I told you Okoye, his body language, he's not truthful. Do you still remember that day?
Of course.
You are seeing it. Nigerians, open your eyes. There's a word in Benin. It said, Enwa, ayagbefun rahi. Don't hit your body the way it's scratching. Use a tactics to kill the rat inside the clay pot so that you don't kill that clay pot. These people think they are wise. Nigerians should be wiser than them. That is why Obi and Dati, you will never see them using insultive language or using derogative language on anything, because that is what it is. Education is better than indoctrination. Let us vote the people that will take us to the promised land. And I only see it in one candidate, and that is Peter Obi. Nigerians, good evening.
Thank you very much, my brother. Israel Semuta, God bless you. Thank you for your submission. I appreciate every one of you right there. Before I move on to the next person, let's quickly take a minute break. Please use this a minute break to share and like. But before that, let me appreciate Freedom Simple. Thank you very much for your super chat. May God bless you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's take a minute break with this. God bless you all.
But I want to say that whoever is planning and plotting wickedness for this country, whatever pit they are digging, they will be the ones that will fall inside. And I want to bless God for the life of all the obedient movement all over the country, for the high spirit. Let me hear the obedience shout. Now I want to say to you, all of you, the millions of obedience, you either fan the flames and keep the fire burning by conquering the evil, or you allow these evil ones to quench your dreams and destroy your lives and your destiny. You started well last year, that all over the country you were sponsoring yourselves and you were leading the rallies, one rally after the other. And we must push through. We must not slow down. We must finish well. We must sing the real song of a new Nigeria. A new Nigeria is coming in the month of February. Some people said the last time you were talking, you said curse on anyone that votes any wicked person. I will say it again. Anybody that will join hand to bring darkness over Nigeria, God curse those people. I'm not the one only speaking. Go and check the way God said. Any hand joining hand to do wickedness, God said it shall not be well with the wicked. Peter Obi is not standing for himself. He's standing for the masses. He is not the one contesting. The masses are contesting through him. He is not standing for any specific tribe. He's not standing for any specific religion. He is standing for all tribes and all religion. He is the hope of the common man. With Peter Obi, Nigeria will be great again. Following me, we will vote for Peter Obi and Dati Yusuf Ahmed Stand on your feet and shout, yes!
All right. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate you all. We're going to be hearing from the next speaker right now. Before that, let me quickly acknowledge Amazing Grace USA. Thank you very much for the super chat. Thanks for the encouragement. We appreciate you. God bless you all. Please continue to share our video. If you're watching us right now, hit the like button. You know, the dollar sign is right there on the comment section. Click on it. Encourage us. God bless you. Appreciate every one of you. I would like to move on to the next person, which is Omoyes Conan. Omoyes Conan, good evening to you, madam. Thanks for joining us and thanks for your patience. Talk to us.
Good day, everyone. Mr. Niger Watch, thank you once again. I want to appreciate you, especially for your consistency. It's not easy. There are days that I am completely wiped out, so I don't even know how you do it. Every day, showing up twice, sometimes 3 times a day. I have to say kudos and thank you so much. We're grateful to you for educating us and bringing us this far.
Thank you.
I also want to thank all the panelists that have spoken so far. And I want to start by saying a resounding ise to that pastor's prayers. So shall it be. As it has been spoken from his mouth, it has been received by he who created all of us. So shall it be. We are at a, yes, thank you. We are at a very, very important time in our history in Nigeria, especially as citizens of the country. So a lot of us cannot continue to, close our eyes and pretend like we do not know what's going on. I'm sorry. Excuse me for a second. I was holding it.
Okay, we lost you there. We can't hear you anymore. Okay, your network has been affected. I think we should come back to you, Omoyes Conan. We can't hear anything anymore at all. And we hope you're okay. All right, before we have Omoyes Conan back again, let me quickly give opportunity for someone else to talk to us for now. Our network has been affected. Please, guys, continue to share and like this broadcast. I'll give Alex Edo-Pikin to talk to us now. Then after you, we'll try Omoyes Conan again. Good evening to you, Alex Edo-Pikin. Thanks very much, sir, for joining us. Talk to us.
Good evening, Mr. Elvis. Good evening to the panelists and good evening to all Niger Watch family.
Thank you, sir.
I'll start by saying once more amen to the prayers of the great man of God. He said something that I picked. He said, when you vote Peter Obi to make Nigeria great again. And I think that's what we should follow. Nigeria has all the potential. This is not, we don't need any prophet to tell us this. We know we have everything. But just because of few people, we have been deprived. Now there is a light, there is somebody who wants to take us back there. So whatever it's going to take, we are going to do it to make sure Obi becomes the president next month. Let me stay with the pastor or the prophet. He mentioned Peter Obi's name. He was not beating around the bush. I hear some people say, some years back, some of these men of God, they talked about who to support, they did this. We are talking about 2023. The suffering we have doesn't have expiration date. Everything is going wrong. We are in a dicey situation. So the Nigerian youths, the people who are suffering, those who have been marginalized, they want a change. So what are you waiting for? What else do you need? Don't speak in parables. This man that just mentioned Obi's name, he said, vote Peter Obi. He did not miss words. What are the rest waiting for with all their millions of followers? What is stopping them? Look, whether you talk, you are going to die. If you don't talk, you will die. And the way things are going, if we don't get it right, they won't even have peace. They won't have the luxuries and everything they are enjoying. So let's face the fact. They have a responsibility to make. They have a responsibility to meet. They have to do their job. I don't want to go into whatever title, whatever, that's a thing of its own. But what I'm saying is, you say it the way it is. Nigeria is dying. You are praying and praying and praying and praying. The doctor said, you give the patient this drug. Those in the medical field, they know what I'm talking about. You take this medicine and you get well. You say, no, I'm not going to take it. I'm expecting something extraordinary. Is it not God that gave somebody the wisdom to produce those medicines that the person should take so that he gets well? So come on. We have everything at our disposal. God has blessed you, put you in a position of authority, then use it for the betterment of the Nigerian people and stop beating around the bush. That's for that. Then coming to Atiku's aid, I thank God for the life of the young man. Like he said, he really has nothing to lose. He's doing this or whatever. Let's say he even has an ulterior motive, maybe because of whatever. But he is saying what we already know. This is an open secret that they play ball with our country. They've been doing it from time immemorial. So nobody should come and begin to talk about sanity, don't talk to your elders like that. Come on. These elders that don't even know whether you exist, they just want respect that they don't deserve. You're making millions of people to become beggars in their own land just because you are an elder. Look, if the Nigerian people don't do the right thing by voting Obi on the 25th of February, I will see the Nigeria they are even talking about, whether it will still be existing. Because we've pushed people to the wall. People are dying in numbers. Injustice everywhere. And somebody will still say, oh, you guys, you talk too much. Emotions. If you don't have emotion, then you are not living. You are only existing. So please, we are just going to preach the message, to be louder, as loud as we can, to make sure it hits home that the people will do the right thing. And the right thing, the only right thing now, is not beating around the bush, is voting Peter Obi on the 25th and making him the president of Nigeria. That's for that. Then concerning the PVCs, INEC, what I don't understand is, in the northern states, from information I have, and even the ones that have been confirmed, these things were done in a way that people were even, I think they even went to offices or wherever they got their PVCs without any stress. The question I'm asking, why is it that we that are in the South, that we say we know everything, we are so clever, we are the best, we say those people are so foolish, they are not educated, the things work out for them. Somebody, the APC guy that I saw the video of, going to an office, he's not a worker, he doesn't belong to INEC, he just, so it's something that I don't know. They make the laws and say electoral laws, if you do this, you'll be punished. But what do they do about it? What are they doing about it? I don't support violence. What they did in Benin, it was their right. because it is something that's so simple that they are making difficult for them. Anyways, I talked to some people back home, and even today I confirmed those who got their PVCs. They even showed it to me. So things are still going our way. It's just that we have to encourage more people to go out there, no matter the pains, get your PVCs and just do the needful. And the needful is not beating around the bush, not laying accusations, go straight to the point, go there, vote, and then guide your votes. That's what we should be talking about and preaching about. Then the last thing I will say now is concerning Agbado's comment about our great Peter Obi, that is a stingy man. I said it yesterday. I prefer to have a stingy man than to have somebody who doesn't have a good reputation. The only thing that you are known for is to what would I don't know the adjective to use for him. You are playing a mini god, like what he does in Lagos or what he keeps doing. We don't want that kind of a person. You just put people there, you steal, you tell them you go and oppress. So please, we prefer our stingy man that is going to build the nation and make it great again. So I'll yield for now and give room to the others. God bless you all.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Before we move on, I'd like to appreciate Amazing Grace again for your second super chat for today. Thank you so much for your encouragement and your kind words. We appreciate this. In fact, we need this. We need words like this, like every one of you, encouraging us with your wonderful comments right there. Thank you. The feedback means a lot to us. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. With a collective effort, we will achieve this. Appreciate you all. Let's see again if we can talk to our sister now. Amoyeskona. Amoyeskona, is your network
Yes,
better now?
yes, it's much better. I was in a terrible place. So sorry about that. Yeah.
No, that's
I want to give a quick shout out to Life with Natu. She's one of my people. I'm so glad to see her. Thanks to her for the support. I appreciate it.
Oh,
And
okay. You
so
use that to this channel.
yes,
Oh,
because
wow.
I've shared it before, and I talk about it when I have my lives with them,
Oh,
so they know
thanks.
about the channel. So some of them come. So I really want to appreciate her for doing that.
Thank you.
And she's also Natu, when you have time, please come up and share. She has a lot of great information from the north. She's a northerner, so it really is. It will be nice and refreshing to hear from her. So when you can, Natu, please do come on. Yeah, so like I was saying, right? A resounding amen to our pastor. And again, Mr. Niger Watch, did you want us to focus specifically on the topics with the 32 passengers and Atiku's expose by his former aide? Is that what you're saying? Because a lot of
Yes.
people have been, digressing.
Yes, they were digressing with affiliated topic, but yeah, if you're digressing with the affiliated topic, that's fine. For the
Okay.
passenger, we have not, or that is the second segment. We are not
For
talking
the
about that.
Edo one.
Yeah, we are not talking about that now.
Okay. So I'll leave that for now then. So anyway, like I was stating earlier, like I had the opportunity to stay up late and watch Brekete Family to the very end because I really wanted to hear what our principal had to say. One thing I have to give to our principal and all audience worldwide is that we're one of the brightest, strongest, resilient group of people. I don't know where we all came from, but it's almost like everybody is on the same is on the same page with what's going on in Nigeria. And I really, I'm so grateful for our principal because he has a wealth of knowledge. That man is not saying half of what he knows. He's holding back a lot, you can tell. But in any case, I didn't know personally that the Nigerian Port Authority that's been owing people salaries that worked for them, especially in the Warri side, have offices in London and a guest house. And somebody will now come here and want to justify that this these people should be allowed to come again and finish what they started. Isn't that madness? I mean, I don't understand. Isn't that course that pastor has spoken is already out in the atmosphere? It is exactly what's going to happen to these people. Because I don't see any normal, any sensible person that will look at the state of things in Nigeria, where people are now cannibalizing themselves for food, and say, and have the audacity and the boldness to come forward and still clap for the same people and be talking about how they have the strategy, how they have the structure. What structure, please? Is it the structure of evil? Seen them, use the people for over 60 years, since 1960? Is it that same structure? Anybody that does not know what time it is, I don't know what else to tell you. If you are looking to still be convinced, I don't know what to tell you. Because that means that where your head is way down, further down than the deepest parts of the ocean. Either whatever it is that you're gaining has blinded you, has made you so deaf to the cries and the pleas of even children, then I don't know what to tell you. I'm not here, right, to allow anyone insult my intelligence. Mr. Niger Watch, you might need to block me today. Because I will not anybody.
Fire them. Did they hear you? Did they hear you?
I will not allow anybody insult our intelligence. If Nigeria has not happened to them before, if they are not presently in Nigeria, currently suffering or experiencing what other people are experiencing, they do not have the right to speak on anything. They don't. I am sorry. Because I did not come here to play. I have better things to do. If you know you cannot take the heat, you better leave the kitchen, because it's going to be hot for you as we speak. I don't see anybody that will look at the faces of parents crying, burying their children because of hunger, selling them at the borders because they cannot afford to feed themselves. And you come here and try to justify why you think. Please, do you even know how this movement started? You have no idea how it started. So how would you know where it's going? How would you know? Every day the man is increasing in leaps and bounds. You see anything negative against Peter Obi, it works out for his good. You say anything good, it triple doubles it. Anything you do, he bounces back 1,000 times. Is that the kind of man that you want to say the structure and the strategy? The strategies have failed and they will continue to fail. When this movement started, when they're saying, oh, it will fade away, just give it a few months, give it a few days, it will fade away. Here we are. Now, he is now one to be reckoned with. Without him, if anybody, any of those their spokespeople that they sent to national TV to go and address the issues or talk about, look at how dull they sound. They look empty. They don't even have anything to say because they are marketing a terrible product that they had no business marketing. And I keep asking myself, these people who present themselves to be spokespersons, do they realize that they also can run for presidency? Isn't it a monumental shame that somebody in their 50s, in their 60s is running after an ancient people for handouts? So in return, you say lies upon lies upon lies. You spew all the lies. You try to twist yourself in a corner to defend pure, unadulterated evil. I don't know what to tell you. With regards to the guy that came out and spoke about the video you played about the man that came out to speak about Atiku, it is only the beginning. They have not seen anything yet. Wait, there'll be more. Because guess what? This movement is touching the conscience of those that were a part of this corrupt institution. The conscience is now awakening in them to realize that, oh, man, this is bad, because a lot of information is coming out. Wait, there'll be more. They cannot touch that man, because if they do, problem. Every ego scatter. Let it scatter so that we'll know where to start fixing the country from. This is not about where you come from or where you don't come from. I don't care where you come from. My question is, are you for the good of everyone in Nigeria, not for the few? With all the money, all the bullion vans, it's not working. It failed. How many people can you buy? Look at the rally this man had in Edo State. See how sparse the crowd was, mostly bought crowd. With Peter Obi, you don't need to, anywhere he goes, he's like weed. Now, so people will run, follow him like bees, swarm of bees. On board for people that are not sold out to anything, just by believing in what the capacity of this man is, they are moving with him. There will be more expose in the coming days. And I want to quickly use this opportunity to sneak in. INEC. You people are pretending as though you don't know what's going on. People are going to INEC offices, they are not picking up, they are not giving them their cards, because they are trying to keep those cards back so that they can rig the election with it. I'm telling you, it will fail. It is already failing. This is not mouth. This is what is. Because when you don't know the direction of the wind, you cannot determine where it's going to land. This is the rock. This is the movement that you're seeing right now. If you like, do anyhow. You do anyhow, you go see anyhow. Not be threat. It's just what it is. Because there are a lot of curses on your head and your generation after. They will eat from this soup that you are cooking. It is a fact. It is a fact. Because I don't see everybody on this panel can run for president in Nigeria. Or you think you're too small to do it? You can run for president. So for you to have the audacity and the courage to come up and start to spew your very shallow, myopic, devilish, and demonic strategies, it will backfire on you. Where is the strategy? Where is the man that has come out, Agbado? We've never heard him say anything. Anytime he comes out, he becomes a TikTok star. Look at the recent Edo State rally. Nobody knew what he was saying. Rubbish and nonsense. It sickens me that even the very so-called educated people and some diasporans are holding this man like Nadia. Now they want, hey, guess what? They say, now Yoruba saying, I believe, dog when one perish, they hear the whistle of the hunter. Now so it be. So as much as we will talk here, let me just say this. We are going to talk from now to tomorrow. The dogs, when they go lost, they go still lost. Nothing we will do about them. Because we not fit convince people when get eye, ear, see what they happen. Even if they not get direct family, they get relatives when they suffer. We not fit convince them. If they say na ignorance and want die, we not fit hold them. Because that date has been assigned already for them to get lost. So their ears will be deaf to the whistle of the hunter. Make I know to talk.
Thank you.
I go yield for now. But Mr. Niger Watch, I won again. Maybe you were going to ban me today because I came ready. I yield.
Okay. Thank you. All right. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you for your time with us. Continue to share and like this broadcast. Let's move on. We're just seeing the super chat now from Dr. Alexander Gomez. Thank you very much, sir. And with a message there, keep the fire burning, folks. I wish Peter will be the very best in the upcoming election. Now, heart weeps for the victims of the Edo train abduction. Yes, we're going to be discussing that soon. That's why we are now rushing down. If you check the time that we give to the first people, it's not the same time we're giving to others now. Okay, meanwhile, let's quickly move on. I'd like us to, the next person here now is I think is, oh, the turn is zigzag now. Okay, let me take some calls. I have some callers here. Hello, Efe, my brother, good evening to you. Please talk to us.
Hello, bro. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening to you. Turn down where you are watching me from. I'm hearing myself. Turn that down.
Okay. Yeah, don't pause her.
Okay, go straight to the point. Now, 1 minute you get. 1 minute.
Okay. I'll manage her because the topic now, the past one minute, but I will respect the law.
Thank you.
The issue is that Nigeria Watch. Okay, I just want to make this example. Can you imagine country where security not there, country where the security not there in Nigeria, they build train. Country where lights not there, they build train. Country where we say short, nothing is working for Nigeria. Now, okay, yeah, for Europe, yeah, everything, even police for here, for this Western world for here, for Italy, even Germany, Austria, police where not they wear uniform, and many past police where they wear uniform. Can you imagine that kind of thing? Okay, that one cause it come out there. Okay, all those past, all those that deal, all those people, where are they? Because they know why they are pretending because of their selfish interest, because they don't want maybe say tomorrow, all those senator, all those our evil politicians, maybe they know they go their church again. They all of them, they know what they are doing, bro. They know what they are doing. So don't let anybody not deceive us for here. Even all those big stars for Nigeria, musicians, where are they? You are here every day fighting for Nigeria. I don't want me to be like monkey they work about the job. The fact you have been doing this thing for long, although you are making history, you understand, for your great grandchildren, you understand. But if it's set for Nigeria, all those big stars, may they not say Europe, America, Canada will contain them. Because this is the time Nigeria, we need their help. They have to speak, they have to do something now. If not, I don't know.
Thank you.
That's just my contribution.
Thank you, my brother.
Bro.
Thank you.
God bless you.
God bless you, my brother. Thank you. That is our brother there, a very passionate one. He wants Nigeria to become a better place by all means. That's what we're doing here. Anyhow you express your emotions, your concern about Nigeria right now, trust me, you cannot expect everybody to express it in the same way. Yeah, every one of us are pained. It's just that some of them choose to be selfish. You know, that's why I'm still surprised to see 1 or 2 persons supporting Tinubu or Atiku. Yeah, it's surprising. Well, meanwhile, I appreciate you all. Continue to share and like. I have another call here because a couple of people have called since. Let me quickly return 2 calls, just 2. I wanted to, you know, whenever you guys are contributing, I really don't want to stop you. Not that calls are not coming in, but stop somebody that is already giving their submission. I think is not nice. But let me see if we can call 1 or 2 person back. Okay, this is not picking. The last person is okay, Mr. Saratin was also calling in. Let me quickly call him back as well. So that's the best that we can do now. And callers, if you're calling during the time of submission, I'm sorry I can't pick calls at that time. Good evening to you, sir. Thanks for calling in. Please talk to us in 1 minute. Hello? Hello, you are not talking. I think you are not talking. Hello, the noise on your background is too much. 1 minute.
Oh, okay, sorry. It's my daughter that
No, yes. Yeah, please. Can you sort that out now, please? You're on live. Go ahead. Talk to us. 1 minute.
Okay. I don't know if you saw the video I sent.
We are live, sir. You wanted to contribute or because you called because of a video you sent?
There was a discussion that was going on about pastors or something like that. I said the problem. I told somebody even on Sunday. I said pastors they are among the problems we have in Nigeria. See, because they were not involved right from day one. That's why Nigeria has been destroyed.
Okay.
So they used to think that Christianity has nothing to do with politics. Even in the Bible says we should take dominion. What is dominion? To be in charge of things. Because they have the ignorance of the word of God. They thought maybe politics is different from being Christians. So that's why you see pastors will be talking of prophecy. God does not reveal anything like this is going to be a president. We are the one to choose. So God cannot say anything. This one is the person. We are the people to say, and we are the people
What
to
we
elect.
want, yes.
Not until they convince everybody, put hands together, say this is the person that we want to be, because God has listed out the criteria,
Okay.
the quality of
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
No, already.
All right, then. Thank you. Thank you. I will check out the video. God bless you, sir. Thank you. All right. Somebody was calling me with a video call. I don't know what that means. Why are you calling with a video call? I'm live. I'm here. I'm on air. Everybody can see me. Then you are calling with a video call again. I don't know what that means. You know, a couple of you have done that before. I don't know what that means. Please don't call me with a video call. I'm here. I'm not hiding behind. Hello, madam. Good evening to you, Madam Deborah. Thanks for calling in. We missed your call earlier on. Please talk to us in 1 minute.
Hello, good evening.
Thank you. Thank you so much, madam. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Yeah, good evening to all the commenters and all the people on the panel. I just wanted to contribute a little to...
Go ahead. 1 minute. 1 minute.
...going on right now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to support what our sister Omoye Kuna said. Honestly, at this critical time, we shouldn't give room for any form of manipulation or anybody coming to play with our intelligence or trying to manipulate people.
Okay.
And I'm very much in support of what that pastor said. You know, at this point in time, we shouldn't sit on the fence or try to cover up things, because so many lives are at stake and the country is at stake at the moment.
Okay.
So even the Bible says when the righteous are silent, evil flourish. So this is the time we should speak out against any evil and not try to polish it or try to give opportunity for those people to continue to oppress us. So
Okay.
I'm fully in support, and I hope every other pastors out there that has any kind of platform to speak out should do that, you know, that because we know that Nigerians respect their pastors. There are a lot of people who listen to their pastors.
Thank you so much.
I hope a lot of them will use their platform out.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless you, madam.
Thank you once more for the good work you're doing.
God bless you, madam.
Continue to bless you.
Amen. Thank you. And you too. Thank you. Okay, callers, I'm done picking calls for now. We can stay. If you call in, if I could not pick, don't worry, I'll call back. We normally call at least 2 or 3 people back. Meanwhile, let's move on now to the next person. Now is Mr. T. Mr. T, you have 3 minutes. I'm sorry that we're not going to give enough time for the last people that need to talk, because we have a second segment. We're already 3 hours, 20 minutes now. Mr. T, if you can hear me, you have 3 minutes. Talk to us. Good evening to you. Okay, Mr. T, you are not available right now. I'll move on to Emeka. Emeka, if you are there, King Emeka, good evening to you. Please, you have 3 minutes. Talk to us. Thank you.
Yeah, fine. 3 minutes is okay for me. In order for me, you know, you've been highlighting or speaking on the topic of the day. So I joined in late. So just what I got from the topic of the day is the Atiku media aid, former aid, and the INEC delays. Any other one that I missed out?
Tinubu calling Peter Obi a staging man.
Okay, all right, that's an interesting one. Okay, I would, you know, to respect those in the panel and the viewers, I think it's really important to stick to the topic of the day. I know many of us do not do that, which is very disrespectful. All right, straight away, former Atiku media aid coming about speak on what he knows or some of the evidences that he has concerning corruption with Atiku. That's an interesting stake. when I saw the news yesterday floating around and flowing and being disseminated around across the social media, I was wondering, okay, my question was, why now? And who is behind this individual? Because for someone who would be recording phone conversations, right, shows this person, like, let me say, for instance, take myself and you, Elvis, we are discussing on specific things, and we're in cordial relationship as at a particular period, and then I'm recording your conversation, and when we fall out, I release those conversations. It shows probably I have some ulterior motives in the future. Or if that's not the case, there are some people who might have intercepted or go into teleco, because I know some telcos, they keep recordings and extracted it. So I don't want to dwell on that too much, but it's good he's coming out speaking. We all have some ideas or allegations have been thrown around the Waziri of Adamawa, Atiku Abubakar, on his corrupt behavior. But again, why did I join? I didn't want to join today, but I joined because of SPVs, because I just wanted to speak about it. Special purpose vehicles, him himself didn't know much about it, and Atiku didn't speak much about it. Like what Atiku said, he's right. Special purpose vehicles are vehicles, they are not companies, actually. They are entities that are created for specific purposes, right? They are created, you can create it for tax purposes, you can create it, I think that was what P2B did for when he was doing he's trying to mitigate tax payment. You can create it to hide liabilities. You can also create it for corrupt purposes, like what Atiku revealed in his telephone conversation, which is really sad. Even if the EFCC investigates, they know, but how do they prove beyond reasonable doubt in the court of law to show that Atiku is responsible for this? It is very difficult. That is one reason why I fought the EFCC and their conviction rate. It is very difficult for you because he's not even a shareholder. He's not even a promoter of the entity. He's not even related in such way to the entity. And again, one of the statements or comments he made was consultancy. And if you notice, which I think a lot of people didn't pick instantly, that they were using it to fund their party. And again, it also indicates and shows the corrupt behavior of Obasanjo, because he promoted that idea to Obasanjo, and Obasanjo gave him 3 names. And I know Andrew Ba is very, very close. He was.
You've used 2 minutes. I think you should quickly highlight on them, like I said.
Okay. It's a close aid of Obasanjo. It shows how both of them were very corrupt during their terms and what they've done to Nigeria. So I know I asked Madam Rita, what do you think about Obasanjo? She tried to navigate.
You tell us, what do you think about Obasanjo?
Yeah, in my own opinion, Obasanjo still remains the best president we've ever had since the inception of democracy for the Fourth Republic. But again, he had ample time to make this country move forward, but he did not do such. He did little with the massive resources and power within his purview. He would have done more. You know, we cannot excuse Obasanjo from his
country. Do you think that he have any kind of regret now? That's why he's trying to
whatever regrets he had, yes, you could have regrets, but when you were there, why didn't you do that? At some point, you even pushed for third term, and now you are denying you didn't do that, which is not true. So keep your regrets to yourself.
But the good thing about it is that you still rated him as the best president.
Oh, yes. I'm very objective. I'm very, very objective. He still remains the best president we've ever had. He could have done more, especially with power. He could have done more, but he didn't. Now, let me quickly just use seconds to go over to INEC. I don't know why in Nigeria things don't really work. Why would INEC deliberately be delaying the collection of PVCs? Either due to their ineptitudes or lack of coordination. I just don't get it. Even to get your passport, you still find bottlenecks, and you wonder, who are these people designing these processes? Why do they keep ensuring that there's a process breakdown in doing simple things? We can't do simple things right. It appears that in Nigeria, to make you value something, they have to make it so difficult for you. That's why people now are shouting, give me my PVC. What are you doing in this office? What are you doing? What are you not doing in this office? We will die here without collecting our PVC. These processes can be simplified.
And before you go, Emeka, let me quickly add this because I would like to hear your opinion on this, although we have another topic. APC man were caught today, I think yesterday, in INEC office trying to segregate Igbo people's names out of those PVC that was right there at the office. The first question is, how did he get there? Because he's not an INEC official, but he's an APC man. He was caught, disgraced. Talk about it. I played the video.
Yeah, you played the video, but I like to do my own independent fact check. One, I can't, people said, what are you doing there? Number one, if he's not working for INEC, what is he doing there? What rights and privilege does he have to be in such office? I do not know about his party affiliation. I don't know if you have sufficient evidence for that. That's fine, but I do not know about his party affiliation. But if he does not work with INEC, he doesn't need to be in that location. And if he has been caught doing such, deleting voters' name from registers or from the database, I think he should be arrested and brought to book.
Yeah, he should be arrested. I support you. As we speak right now, INEC have not addressed it. What can you say about that? Because INEC is the biggest problem we have right now.
Well, I don't know why they choose not to address it. I don't know why they choose not to investigate. I don't know why they choose not to do some specific or take specific actions. In my own concern is the delay in giving and issuing people their PVCs. And like I said in my last submission, that should be on Thursday, the North is collecting their PVC at a faster rate than the South. Why is there a delay in the South and then the North, everything seems to be seamless? Then again, then finally on Tinubu calling Peter B. stingy man, there will be insults, there will be jibes, there will be, specific actions to take just to bring down the opposition. You make mention of something that I just wanted to chip in, that Nigeria, what have we benefited from Nigeria? Now we say it. What did I benefit from Nigeria? A cheap education. Comparing my education with what those who go through the same process in the West, many of them have taken student loan that they cannot complete. They are still paying for and might even transfer to debt. So in comparison, Nigeria has given me a cheaper education. My tuition is throughout my 4 years didn't exceed 50,000 naira. Then also I benefited from Nigeria through the NYC. I was able to get practical working experience and being paid for it to see how the workplace environment looks like. So those two things are the two things that I think are benefited from Nigeria.
No, it's good you answered that. Nobody else referenced to that, but that's fine. It's good. Let's move on. I'll come back to you again on the second segment.
I'd love to ask Emeka question on that.
No question. Sorry, no question. Sorry.
Ask Emeka, you support
no question. Please stop now. I said no question. Why is all this now? Please. Let's move on to the next person. Mr. T, please talk to us if you are right there. This is my second time calling you today. Okay, Mr. T, you are not available. I think I should remove you from the screen so that somebody else can come in. Because you are there, you are not there. So I'm removing you from the screen. We'll be calling you since and you are not there. So anybody that want to come in can use that spot because I have a couple of people trying to come in and the space is being occupied. Okay. Yes. Okay, the link is posted again in case you want to come in right now because some of you will be trying since to come in. Let me move on now to Mr. Collins. Mr. Collins, is your turn right now. Talk to us in 3 minutes because we are moving on to the next segment. It's almost 4 hours. Thank you. Good evening.
Okay. Good morning, Ms. Service. Good morning to my fellow Nigerians. I don't want to talk much. It's like I enjoyed what everyone was saying. They just said my mind. The case of Tinubu issue, I think is another story because it kind of is on things that he does frequently. Whenever he go to a campaign venue, he refused to talk about the issues, because he don't discuss the issues because he don't have anything to discuss. He don't have anything to talk about. So the only way to distract people's attention, he will keep insulting his opponent, you understand? Opposition keep insulting them. If he's not insulting them, he's kind of distracting people by using dancing,
Who are you referring to? You mean Tinubu?
Yeah, of course. I'm talking about Tinubu.
He's always insulting and he's not addressing what he wants to
Yeah,
do for the people.
because he don't have anything to address. He don't have it because you can only offer people what you have. You can't offer people what you don't have. So he don't have anything to say. So the only way he will keep distracting Nigeria, like today now we are discussing that instead of discussing what Tinubu, the issues, you understand? So now we are discussing all those things. So he's trying to distract Nigeria's attention from not saying the right thing. Because people will be asking him questions. What are your intentions? What do you want to do for Nigeria? What are your reason why he wants to become Nigeria president? He's not talking about all those things. Either it's Tinubu insulting P2B or insulting Atiku, or he kind of dancing. Is that how you want to do become a Nigeria president? Look at that youth town hall meeting they had in Abuja. That's an embarrassing. For me, anybody that is there is kind of, they are insulting themselves. That is embarrassed to the nation. They are there without even asking any question. They keep asking, are you voting for them? Without any question. Nobody asked Tinubu any question. At the end of the day, they start dancing buga. Is that how you want to rule Nigeria? So for me, I don't know people. Sometimes I ask myself a question. As in who do us, who really,
What
what
do we
did happen
want?
to them?
What do we
What did
want?
they, as in because people there, imagine and look at the people there, they keep shouting. Even the Yaya Bello that was even campaigning before I want to become the youth ambassador, youth. Imagine somebody like Yaya Bello shows that if Yaya Bello happened to become so-called youth president he wants to become, he don't even have a vision. He don't even have a vision. So is that the kind of people who want to elect to become a president in Nigeria? That means you are taking us back again. So when I look at everything about the APC campaign, I begin to ask look at the Brekete interview that P2B did today. That thing alone, even within 2 hours, that they get almost 3 million viewers because people are ready to listen to what P2B is talking about. But when Tinubu, because he don't have anything to offer people, and I'm still when I look at people coming out on air, they want to, support Tinubu, or you begin to ask yourself, are these people really working as in, are they really functioning? Because it's the only person that is not functioning will be thinking that direction. Because if you are functioning with what is happening, okay, today Buhari followed Tinubu to a campaign venue. Buhari couldn't even endorse Tinubu in that speech. He couldn't even endorse Tinubu in that speech.
Thank
He
you.
keep advising Nigeria they should vote wisely, they should go, those kind of a thing. For me, it's an embarrassment. I don't want to talk too much in everything concerning Tinubu because I see it like a kind of a distraction to Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Collins. All right, let me quickly say this. It's getting a bit obvious that some of you are the problem of yourself. I think you should filter that out yourself. To be honest, it's beginning to reveal both on comment section or on the panel. Some of you are a problem to yourself. You are fighting yourself for no reason. Just like you carry hammer, they hit them for your head, because simple instruction you can't follow. Now I'm beginning to see that some of you are the one creating problem here, but trying to put it on somebody else's head, which is wrong. I guess you all are seeing what is happening. Please, I don't want to go there. Thank you very much. Let me move on now to Mr. T. The third time I'm calling you. Are you available? Good evening to you.
Thank you very much. I'm very, very much available. I may have missed your call earlier.
Okay, thank you, my brother.
Due to some other things I'm working on here. Sorry about that.
That's fine.
But
please talk to us.
Good morning to you, or good afternoon, or good evening. To the panelists, to the people in the comment section, everyone watching and listening, contributing, just to make sure that Nigeria is back on track. Regardless of what people may be doing, whoever may have paid you, or who is feeding you, the only thing we're sure is that Nigeria is bigger than you and I. And the cry here, the only reason why Mr. Elvis keep doing this every day is just to the fact that he wants to see Nigeria great again. And I'm very sure that same spirit is in Madam Rita Omoye's corner, Mr. Collins, Mr. Alex. Regardless of whoever is on here, on the panelists or the comment section, trying to create some disillusion in the minds of the people. One thing we must understand is that the time has come for Nigeria to be rescued from the hand of the wicked people. And so when light shines, darkness always runs away. Light does not need to announce itself. Whenever light shines, darkness will run. And now the light is shining, beaming on Nigeria, because we have one person among us all that has proven that even though I'm a governor for 8 years, the people gave me their power. They gave me their will. I will go and represent them very well without destroying their state. And that leader, that man of conscience, that man of character, that man of integrity, that man of impeccable character is in Peter Obi. And so Nigeria, I want you to listen tonight. If you're in Nigeria, listen and listen clear. If you're in the UK, listen and listen clear. If you're in Canada, wherever you are, and you're listening to us tonight, you're only listening because you have a passion for the country to be rescued. You have a passion to see that Nigeria will rise again. Killings everywhere. Just some few days ago now, we heard about the train station kidnap. People are dying. And so the likes of Tinubu and Atiku, I still wonder why they don't speak to the issues. Instead of attacking your opponent, why not speak to the issues?
Mr. T, you have only 3 minutes, okay? Please, be concise.
Speak to the issues and tell us what you're going to do to rescue the nation. Tell us what you're going to do to alleviate poverty, take out poverty from the life of the people, instead of attacking your opponent. And so tonight, people, it's just an admonition tonight that if you have your PVC, that PVC is your power. That PVC is the only power that you have, and that power needs to be used well to elect the right leader. And now is the time. Now is the time. And so to the pastors or to the bishops or to the clerics that are out there, encourage your people to make the right choice, because the country is dying. To the imams and to whoever you may be out there, if you're a man of influence, talk to your people to make the right choice. And that right choice is not in other person than Peter Obi. We don't care what people say. We don't care whoever you are. You may have been paid to do whatever you're doing. We don't care about that. All we care about now is about the 133 million people that have been put into poverty by this evil party, like Mr. Evis would say, the PDP and the APC. They are identical twins. And the only party that is different among them is the Labour Party. And so now you have the power, you have the strength, you have the energy, the youth out there. Go make the right choice. Go make the right choice. Vote for Peter Obi. And that's the person that we're clamoring for. He has everything that it takes to bring back the nation to his right cause. And so please, people, we have just few days left. Go make the right choice, because the soul of Nigeria needs to be rescued. And I need the floor.
So much, brother. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'll come back to everybody again. We have a second segment. Mr. Peter Okundaye, you're not going to be left out. You have your 3 minutes. Please use this swiftly. Good evening to you, sir.
Good evening, Nigeria Watch panelists, commenters, viewers, and listeners. On Saturday, I said something that when INEC were collecting money from Edo State people, I said I blame the Edo State people who decide to bribe the INEC. We need to force them to do the right thing. Mr. Nigeria Watch and Alex said I should not say that. Anyway, thank God that my people have forced INEC to do the right thing. Today, with that protest they did, the whole world is seeing it. Different stations who could not know that INEC were collecting bribe from them now know that INEC refused to give Edo State people PVC. So I thank my Edo people for doing that. Then, if not, nobody will have heard of them, because in my Edo language they said, "We name it Ogbubu."
bring it, whether life or death, force him to do the right thing. So by the time we begin to force our people in position to do the necessary thing, the country will be better for us. For the Agbado who said Peter Obi is a stingy man, that's the kind of stinginess we like. Because if Nigeria is stingy like that, what they call foreign reserve will still be there. Nigeria will have even have their internal reserve, not to talk of foreign reserve. Because a stingy man was able to tie road, was able to make children to go to school, was able to say, doctor, if you refuse to work with the money that you are receiving, I will not pay you. And the doctor said, we want to be doing wuru-wuru. And he did not pay them. They got on strike. When they know that their own was no favor to the Anambra people, then come back to work. He start paying them. So we need that kind of things. That anybody put in office, he want to be taking bribe, seize this money so that he will know that bribe is no good. Then he will force to do the right thing. Those are kind of stinginess we want. Not the stinginess that when you are stealing money, he keep on giving you more and more. So we don't need that kind of people to lead the country. Especially this time now, they said Nigeria have 74 trillion debt in our neck. So we need money to pay, not money to feed Agberu or feed Izigan. So we don't need anybody who think their ifness that they can make Yahoo to become the best in the land. And because those things they call Yahoo are ritualists. So we don't need anybody with influence killing of our people anymore. So we don't need them. So that is why APC is no, you cannot just vote APC because except if you want killings and kidnapping in Auchi Road to continue, in Lagos Road and Ibadan, killing of Ibadan, killing of Owo, killing of Iboho family, killing of Fulani Kanu family, killing of the other. Hello?
Your time is up. Thank you. 3 minutes, I said. Thank you.
But it's not up to 3 minutes. Okay, no problem.
It's 3 minutes, 45 seconds now. All right. For what you stated earlier on, yes, the other day we countered you. It was how you presented your statement. We are not here to argue over that. Nobody opposed anybody from protesting. But if you mentioned, oh, people should go and protest, nobody would counter you. It's how you presented it. That's why. But we shouldn't go back there. So I appreciate every one of you for all your contribution today.
Anybody. Moro nfolu. Ogba mi bó ṣe rí mi láti finishing. Dele moro nfolu. Ẹ jẹ́ n sọ̀rọ̀. Dele o dele o. But I want to say that whoever is planning and plotting wickedness for this country, whatever pit they are digging, they will be the ones that will fall inside. And I want to bless God for the life of all the obedient movement all over the country. For the high spirit. Let me hear the obedience shout. Now I want to say to you, all of you, the millions of obedience, you either fan the flames and keep the fire burning by conquering the evil, or you allow these evil ones to quench your dreams and destroy your lives and your destiny. You started well last year, that all over the country you were sponsoring yourselves and you were leading the rallies, one rally after the other. And we must push through. We must not slow down. We must finish well. We must sing the real song of a new Nigeria. A new Nigeria is coming in the month of February. Some people said the last time you were talking, you said curse on anyone that votes any wicked person. I will say it again. Anybody that will join hand to bring darkness over Nigeria, God curse those people. I'm not the one only speaking. Go and check the way God said. Any hand joining hand to do wickedness, God said it shall not be well with the wicked. Peter Obi is not standing for himself. He's standing for the masses. He is not the one contesting. The masses are contesting through him. He is not standing for any specific tribe. He's not standing for any specific religion. He is standing for all tribes and all religion. He is the hope of the common man. With Peter Obi, Nigeria will be great again. Following me, we will vote for Peter Obi and Dati Yusuf Ahmed. Stand on your feet and shout, yes!